after the special intro, the music of all music intros. It's the Magic Hat Show.
What do we say?
Episode 9, where you have 3 guys, 1 club, no drama. Brian, we don't exclude you, my good man. Brian, you'll be on your way. So, Brian, shout out to you wherever you are. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. It could be good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night. Whatever time of day you're listening to the Magic Hat Show,
Buenos dias.
Welcome.
Buenos dias.
Welcome. As always, thank you to the YouTube subscribers. All the new YouTube subscribers, please continue to like, share, and tell everyone else who doesn't know about the Magic Show to subscribe. Thank you to all our new followers on Instagram and Twitter.
Absolutely.
And you can all follow us on the Magic Hat Show. So we have Jam, Gab, and Lee. So I didn't even introduce us because you should know us. Yes, but to those who are new, we're Jam,
Magic Hat,
Lee,
Jam,
and Gabs, Lord Vader. And trust me, on this episode, there's going to be a lot of that because it's Revenge of the Sith today. Okay, so what do we have on the show today? In the first segment, we'll be talking about yesterday's performance. Arsenal against Leicester. We'll discuss the team's performance, the manager's performance. We'll discuss who played for the badge and who did the opposite. Well, Dr. Evil,
Stanley.
That's another fine mess you got us into. So we shall carry on. So we shall see who played for the badge and who went in the bin. Second segment, we'll have our thoughts on Ozil's emission from the league squad. What do we all think, ladies and gentlemen, around the world, boys and girls? What do we all think of that? Then we shall go on to the pay-per-view for fans. What do we all think of that? Paying £15, I do believe, for each game. Woohoo!
Must think we're made of money.
Ridiculous.
Exactly. So then we'll touch on the EuroLeague proposition by Liverpool and Manchester United. So what do we all think of that as well? Ooh, dearie me. What a reception. Then we're going back down memory lane. And the position we're going to look at is the centre-backs. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cast your mind back because we're going way back to the best and the worst of the centre-backs.
Down in the time tunnel.
Oh, dearie me. And then after that, we will do the predictions for, oh my days, the Theatre of Wet Dreams, Old Trafford, a brilliant stomping ground for Arsenal over the years. Anyway, let's go forward and we shall talk. Before we discuss what happened yesterday, we'll just touch on Rapid Vienna last Thursday. So what did we make of that game? Just touching on that, just quickly.
I thought it was a regular victory for us.
Mm-hmm.
We were expected to go there and win. We went and won. We made it a lot more difficult for ourselves than we should have. I think it showed how far we are away from Champions League football.
Yeah.
If we're struggling to go and perform against a team like Rapid Vienna, how are we going to even compete with this team in the Champions League? It's like we've gone back to 1998 with the horse. When, who was it? Dynamo Kiev came to play us at Wembley.
Oleg Lesny, Luzny, sorry.
Even,
Shevchenko.
was a German club even before that came to Highbury.
Well, no, we played our first few games at Wembley.
Wembley, yeah, but I'm talking about in the...
Mönchengladbach,
that's it.
But that was around when Wenger came.
Yeah.
October times.
Yeah.
And Mercer scored that screamer.
Yeah, and they played us.
Yeah,
we're talking about our Wembley trip.
Yeah, where we were just manhandled by the
Batistuta.
Our Russian opposition. And
Gabriel Batistuta.
That's where we are.
What a goal!
We thought we were ready for the Champions League. We weren't. It took us years to get into the Champions League.
We got slapped.
Players and Champions League rhythm.
Yeah.
And we are not anywhere near that.
No, I wouldn't say so.
And Yeah, we made Rapid Vienna look like, not quite Bayern Munich, we made them look like a quarter-final Champions League team where, they're just as, they're even worse than us.
Yeah.
Well, on paper, they're the strongest in our group. And
Strongest opposition or strongest team?
Opposition, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. So they're the strongest opposition in our group.
Yes.
It was an away game, and we did make changes.
Yeah.
So I would say that I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
In terms of that, we are a million miles away, and I feel there was 2 players that were Champions League standard, and the rest have got to do some catching up to these players.
What do you think, Jam?
I thought it was. I tuned in and I was looking for just a routine win. I know. Yeah, I looked at the where they stand in their.
Are you even an Arsenal fan? What do you mean you tuned in expecting a routine win?
A routine win, second best team in Austria. Come on.
We have Arsenal don't do routine wins since we had the Invincibles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Every win is fraught with tension and drama and harem-scarum.
Mm-hmm.
But there's certain teams, even in the Champions League, there's certain teams that used to come to, not hybrid, with in the later years of Wenger, he always won these kind of games quite comfortably. We have to give him that.
With better players.
Yes. He had creative players, but he didn't have defense. But it's the interesting thing for me was
Wenger always had the defense. It's only in the latter years.
Not always.
But when he was winning those games, he had a better defense.
But the interesting thing is, we made it. It was all the problems were self-inflicted, right? And there was one chap who very lucky to not concede 3 on goal.
Oh yeah, we have to talk about that performance.
What was left over, it was like
well, Stanley, that's another fine mess you got us into.
Boy, I think he was determined to get a hat-trick.
Well, he was Laurel and Hardy.
Meets Fatty Arbuckle. Meets
Harold Lloyd.
Buster Keaton.
Yeah.
Rolled into one.
Yeah.
It was like
meets
Almunia,
Abba
Fabianski,
and Costello.
But yeah, what was
wrapped up with the Three Stooges, Larry, Curly, and Mo.
These are all going above Jamal's head. Jamal
I
doesn't
he doesn't know. Do you know the Marx Brothers?
You're too young to remember these, Jamal.
Gaucho. Say.
I've got YouTube, so I know.
YouTube him. Shoot him.
The Chuckle Brothers came to mind,
Yes.
Is that you have to come into? The Chuckle Brothers are still going on tour.
They're still going on tour.
They're still on tour, mate.
Wow.
So you can't even go back to the black and whites.
There's only one of them, isn't there?
Is there one?
I need to.
I'm sure one of them passed away recently.
Probably. But the Chuckle Brothers were going on tour, mate.
There's none of that to me, to you anymore.
No.
It's
only to me. To me.
To me, that's sad. But
yeah, go on.
Shout out to the Chuckle Brothers.
I'm sorry about the silent movies.
It was like, I'm a big fan of that keeper. He's a great keeper.
Who, Leno?
I'm a big fan of him due to his performances last season.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right.
So, but I think
stopping.
His shot stopping, and he's never been. You're absolutely right. He's never been great with his feet
or crosses,
right?
Or passing,
or high claims. We've mentioned that his high claims are very low, but I think this year there's something else. He knows he's under pressure. He knows that what the fans are saying.
He's under pressure from who?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He's under pressure because
who exactly? There's no one there.
Martinez has risen up.
But Martinez has gone to Villa.
He's gone, but the like.
Oh, you mean the attention?
The attention right now, and he's not stupid. He reads what the fans are saying, right? He's very active on Instagram, and
maybe he needs to come off Instagram.
Maybe he needs to come off, yeah. But I actually quite like his page. His wife is amazing.
Maybe he should. Maybe that's what's distracting him.
Yeah.
He's thinking about, when I get home later,
now we understand why he can't make those passes.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's why his legs are trembling when
So
it
I'm
comes to
just
passing the
thinking,
ball out.
Oh my
what
God.
was that? Like that. First one. Who was it? Was it Luis just passed it to him, right? And he opens up and he's passing it to two people that are already marked,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And he didn't even make that pass. So I'm thinking, all right, it's early days. He will, and he did it again.
Yeah.
And again.
Three times he
He blasted it against Luis once.
yeah,
At the
he
end.
messed up. Yeah.
Where he had
It
no,
wa- he was so
doing-
lucky. I don't
was
know
doing
how
your
the
sweeper
striker-
keeper thing. You praise him for his sweeper keeper thing.
You know what? That is a good aspect of his game.
It was we were lucky.
Man.
Oh my God. What
But
was that?
We always talk
Honestly-
about Leno anyway.
Honestly, I was sitting next to my brother and he's a
Man U
fan.
supporter, yeah.
And he was like, this is your number one keeper.
Well, listen,
Where's
United
the
can't
other guy?
say United
De Gea?
can't say anything.
Yeah.
Please.
But
He was
but the
having a
thing
chuckle.
is,
Yeah. Yeah.
if Leno gets injured, who is our number 2?
I can't pronounce his name.
Runarsson.
Yeah.
Listen, he's not even ready.
So where
Why
was the
did
logic?
we get him?
Where was the logic in?
If
we
he
can't drop Leno even if
Yeah.
he has a
Yeah.
string of nightmares.
Yeah.
We can't drop him.
Yeah.
Because we've got
That's-
this youngster.
That's a massive worry because
It is.
that keeper is not even good enough to start against Rapid Vienna. That's worrying.
It's a ludicrous decision.
Yeah.
But Arsenal put themselves in this situation by allowing,
It took us-
Emmy
Yeah.
to leave
Yeah.
and not getting in a replacement and not forcing a replacement.
Yeah.
Having they invested so much hard work. How old is he? He's at his peak now. He's 27. He's coming up to his prime, and we just let him go.
Yeah.
That was
I just
You
wish he
So-
was there to. I wish they had said, "Listen, Leno, you got to fight for your place."
yeah.
I wish
And
that
it-
was the scenario. I know they
It
had
should
to
be
make money.
cutthroat. It should be cutthroat, you know.
But-
You know.
Mm.
So about the rest of the game after Leno in his
Antics.
After Leno, we apart from that, I thought Partey impressed me a lot.
again, I tempered
Right.
my view on Partey against the opposition. They were talking about, this is the best debut
that
of
was-
any
that was-
player in recent years.
No,
I was
but-
like, come on, this against bloody
No, but
Rapid Vienna.
Mhm.
I understand, but I think a lot of people haven't actually seen the actual player because they have it in their mind. He's going to be defensive. You know, he's going to be just
The new
screening,
Vieira.
new Vieira, all those ridiculous
Claims.
claims.
Cliches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we saw in that game. I know it's Rapid Vienna gap, Lord Vader, right? I know, I know it's Rapid Vienna, but like the.
Lord
You
Vader
ain't,
has- Lord
Gabriel,
Vader-
you ain't even
Gabriel-
seen Lord Vader
Gabriel-
yet. We
Gabriel-
need to get into the Leicester game.
Gabriel gave me a look of death right now. Just from his first touch, the eye test is good, right? He like you see it first touch, if a player's got it or not,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he's got it.
Who?
Partey.
Yeah.
So
I thought
that is
for
the
some
plus.
reason I thought we were still talking about Leno. That's why I was
That
like,
is the
who?
plus. I think
Talking
him-
about Willis.
I think El Neni, I would have started him yesterday. We'll
Instead
get
of
onto
who?
that. Shaka.
Okay.
I'm done with Shaka. Honestly,
Okay.
We've
I'm done.
We've
You
jumped
know-
to the Leicester ship. Let's
Yeah.
stick to Rapid Vienna.
Rapid
Tie it
Vienna,
up
right?
if you want to. We ain't got to that
Just
part yet.
Thinking of that game is.
Yeah, well, let's wrap this one up
Let's
then.
Yeah, so I think our midfield was good. So, some performances I didn't like. I thought, Partey was good.
Mm-hmm.
Nenny was good.
Mhm.
Our forwards were a bit.
Well, why did he play Nketiah on the left? When has Eddie
Well,
Nketiah
that's-
ever shown any?
We
Any
talked about
prowess
that
of
yesterday,
playing
Gab.
on the
we
left?
talked about that yesterday. He needs to stop this tinkering, right? Because it's
Yeah, is he?
You
Is,
know,
is, is
he's-
Arteta? I don't think he's becoming a tinker man, but he's in the process of getting his own players. I think once he gets his own players, he'll know his best team. But at this moment in time, him trying to outthink and outfox everybody every game isn't helping him.
Yeah, he's overthinking himself. So
But Eddie on the left was a strange decision. Eddie has shown no ability to dribble. Where you're going to play him on the wing. He's shown no ability with his pace. Where you're going to play him down the wing. I just found it a weird decision.
Yeah, Nicolas Pepe has got an assist. Lacazette was again non-existent.
We'll get to him.
We'll get to him as well.
And we'll get to Pepe.
Yeah.
So all in all, just wrap the game up. What did you think of the game as a whole?
As a game as a whole, it was tedious watch. I think there was no pattern to our play. It was defense. You just get the feeling that we didn't take the opposition seriously. Right?
No, I wouldn't say that. I think
it's switched. Maybe
I think the team is operating and it's at its limit. This is about as good as it's going to get with this team, without an injection of more quality. Partey will add more, but the players around him are operating at their capacity.
Maximum capacity.
That's true.
Because I was going to say that, and I mentioned it at the start of the show. I said there was 2 players that are levels above, and the other players are reached their plateau, and we're going to need just as good, and that's Gabriel and Partey. You could see it. You can see the levels, the levels that they're at, and the other players. The young players, you can give them a squeeze, but there's the other players.
I think at the back, other than as we'll come on to, other than the Mustafi still being at the club, the other players are okay at the back. It's the forward and creative aspect of this team where we're struggling massively.
Yeah,
I think we should go on to Leicester, because where the issues that we need we need to get onto the Leicester game. So Rapid Vienna, we won 2-1.
Don't be surprised if when they come to the Emirates, they give us another hard game and probably come away with points.
If it depends what team we field. I think that if we field a strong team, I think we'll deal with them.
I think our effort level in that game was so low. I think players, because it may be due to the game against City, we put a lot into that. But I was very impressed with Gabriel Ruiz. He was, again, the past few weeks, imperious.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the Leicester game. He was our.
Yeah, so I think we should. I think we should get to the Leicester game.
Yeah, we should.
Because I think we're all itching to say our piece. So yesterday, 7:15 kickoff. Leicester. We host
£15.
Yes, we host Leicester, the Foxes, who didn't come into this game, in good form. They'd been beaten by West Ham after a good win against Man City.
Yep.
And then I think it was Newcastle, they lost to as well. So we saw how they set up, which was the low block. And the first half, 11 attempts.
Yeah.
But even in the first half, for me, I still feel that we were running out of ideas.
I think halfway through, but I thought, no, I think I didn't see that until I think later on in the half when for some reason, we started passing sideways, and then they got comfortable and then it became a tactical,
But all games do that. If you don't score, then it becomes now we've had a go, we haven't scored. And it becomes a psychological thing where, as a team, you collectively say, right, we haven't scored. This is a dangerous part of the game. If we continue in this vein, they will probably hit us on the break. So we're going to be cautious. and then it becomes a tactical. I think that's just a part and parcel
But
of.
if we come back, what did you think of the actual starting lineup?
Well, I agreed
Yeah.
because Gabe's put out a predicted lineup, and the only person that was missing was Willian. And I would have started with that lineup.
The lineup was correct, but the positioning was
Position,
odd
yeah.
with Xhaka at left back. I couldn't work out why he played him there.
Because the idea from what he said was he wants someone to cover the fullback when he
Bombs on.
bombs forward.
Yeah, but if you want somebody to cover, you need somebody who's got speed.
Pace,
I watched Xhaka. The thing is, when we had the ball, he was part of the back three. But when we didn't have the ball, it was a back four. So he would push on. So it was interchangeable. I think a lot of people were saying, "Oh, why is he there? Why is he there?" But I had no problem with that. But the only issue is where I have a problem is you would rather have Partey as the deep lying player who's covering the defense rather than Xhaka, and we'll come to the decisive goal, right? Where in that position you would rather have someone who can actually run rather than Xhaka, who just can't
but why?
read.
Why? I don't understand.
Can't read.
I don't understand why you're playing Xhaka, or why Arteta played Xhaka in that position, which is such an exposed position.
Exactly, I agree.
But it's funny because he done that last season, and Xhaka never got exposed for some mad reason. And I remember we were more vulnerable because we had Saka at left back, and he would make Xhaka cover. And I don't know why teams never exposed us.
Wasn't that in a back four?
Yeah, it
That was in a back four.
Was it in a back four?
That was a back four where Xhaka he stopped bombing forward
Yeah.
and was dropping into left back when Tierney was moving forward.
No, Saka, because Tierney was injured.
Saka was moving forward.
I think
Because Saka was left back.
whether it's back four or back three, I think if you want Xhaka to play that role as the person to cover the defense, you will get exposed.
And he's not,
Yeah.
other than his lack of running power, he's not the most flexible of players. He's quite a stiff player when you look at what Liverpool's left backs are and how nimble and agile they are.
Yeah.
And then you got Xhaka, looks like bloody Treebeard from Lord of the Rings.
Oh my!
You know, just
If he had position sense, if he
stiff
had
as a
position sense, if
a tree.
if he knew where to stand, if he can read the game, right, he would get away with that. Because Henderson is not quick.
Yeah, but Henderson
right?
has.
But Henderson, no, he can read the game, right? So he will see, okay, this guy could.
Yeah, but Henderson's more
Henderson,
mobile.
Henderson
for
has
me.
protection
Yeah.
behind him.
Yeah, protection, but he's defensively, he's sound.
He may be sound, but he's got protection. Even if he gets bypassed,
That's
there's
true.
somebody
That's
behind
true.
him.
That's true. He's got
Another.
Fabinho.
He's got another. He's got another
He's
two
got
layers.
Fabinho, yeah.
Yeah.
But with Xhaka, and not to keep, not to labour the point, but with Xhaka playing at left back, his passing at left back again. You compare and contrast his passing with Robertson's passing, which is dynamic and forward thinking. Xhaka gets to a certain point where it's okay. If you're not even a footballer. We're not even footballers, but you can see already where the pass is going.
Where the pass is going to go.
It's going to go inside. It's going to be inside of his left foot 9 times out of 10, or if it's going to be with the outside of his left foot, it's going to be quite a safe pass. I think once he used his right foot where he knocked it across the pitch, it's like those are the kinds of things you need to do more. Everything's very safe. That's the word I'm looking. Everything's very safe with Xhaka.
I think
that's.
I felt Ceballos, Partey, and Xhaka was safe. Yeah. I thought there was going to be someone that was going to say, right, one of them out of the three to say, you know what, I'm going to take the ball. And
I think Ceballos towards the end of that half did. I think he put that wicked cross to Saka, where he should have really scored. It was a great cross. You know that.
It was a wonder.
KDB style whip. You know, he just.
But
it just traveled like a Nike line.
I compared that midfield three to Liverpool's midfield three. Yeah. Exclude Jota. But, your Keita, your Fabinho, and let's say your Henderson's in there as well. Mm-hmm. And they're not creative, but they will carry that ball. They'll travel with that ball. And it just makes you realise that our front three are not creative enough, because where Liverpool, and not to wax lyrical about Liverpool, but yes, their wing backs bomb forward and they put in the crosses, but their front three are very dynamic. And I don't want to, like I said, go over and over, but Lacazette and Aubameyang, when you see them trying to do their York and Cole combination, it just falls flat. Like simple bread and butter passes, give and go passes. It's just falling short. Like, what are you two doing? And we talk about, lack of creativity, but I don't want Arsenal to get Ozil's replacement, say like a Coutinho or a Aouar, and rely on him pulling the strings.
I think the changes have to come from within the squad. I think the improvement,
we've got to get goals from everywhere.
Right? Has to come from within the team. People think, if we get Aouar, everything will just work. No. Right? Because you still need to stop putting Aubameyang on the right. Because that didn't work at all.
I would like Aubameyang down the middle.
Just put him down the way, because even if he's not involved in a game, which is one criticism, I would rather have those chances yesterday that fell to Lacazette.
Lacazette completely bottled that header.
I was about to say that because I watched it again.
I watched it again in the head.
Remember, but the thing is, he didn't know that foot was coming from behind. All he had to do is keep his eye on the ball, bang.
Bundle it in. Sunday League style, just bundle the ball in.
He was worried.
Worried about what though?
I'm gonna get
because he wasn't worried when he bundled into Johnny Evans.
I'm gonna lose my Instagram face. I'm not gonna be able to send certain videos for a week. Put your head down there. And it reminded me of Gary Lineker. Yeah,
go on.
Gary Lineker in '86, right? Mm-hmm. Similar ball came in.
World Cup.
World Cup. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Similar on the go. Like all you had to do is put your body, face, whatever, right? Dive into the net, and he backed out.
Yeah.
Right. So it's the same thing. You have to put your body on that. You have to. Can you imagine Drogba?
Yeah.
He would put
Hasselbank,
the keeper,
Van Nistelrooy,
the fullback, anyone near him.
Persie, Shearer.
But this goes back to your point or the discussion we had a few weeks ago where we were saying about Lacazette. And, the man just doesn't do enough as a forward, as a number 9. You're supposed to be a number 9. What is it that you're doing? Yes, you scored a goal that maybe should have stood.
Arteta's paying him for his effort.
But that's not what he's paid by the club. You're supposed to be a goal-scoring striker. Your numbers don't stack up when it comes to that fact. What are you doing at Arsenal Football Club?
Yeah.
Where are we going with this guy as a striker? Like I said, I can't see him being at the club within two seasons. Maybe at the end of this season he'll be gone. But the longer we keep him, the more chances we're going to miss, and we're going to rue these chances. Games like this, that game against Leicester, I agree with Arteta. We were unlucky. We were unlucky against City. We should have come out with a draw against City and against Leicester. But these are the fine margins when you play against teams
who have quality.
That are quality. Yeah. Yep. You get your chance, 1 or 2 or 3, you have to put them away because the likelihood is they're going to take their chance.
Yeah. And that's what they did. Yeah. Exactly what they did yesterday.
Arteta knows this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lacazette, like I said, I don't mean to beat him over the head with a stick, but it's time for him to go now. I'm sorry, like Gabe's pointed this out a few seasons ago when we played Watford.
So Lacazette will say, apart from the Liverpool game, I've scored in every game that I started.
I'm glad you brought that up, actually.
Yeah.
Because the goals he's scored have been fortuitous. The one against Fulham. Let's have it right. Come on, how could you miss? Okay, West Ham. All right, good move, and he scored the header. The Liverpool goal, he didn't know much about that. That was just so lucky. Then the chance he had at Liverpool to equalise. What did he do? He fluffed his lines. Yeah. There was one that was disallowed. It was disallowed, didn't it? And didn't.
Yeah, let's get to that.
He did. So when you're talking about, he's got an argument, his return over the seasons is poor.
Yeah.
It's poor. There's midfielders scoring more than him, and he's a striker.
And he plays almost every week.
And thank you. My point exactly. So we've given him enough chances. Yeah. We've given Lacazette enough chances. And like I was going to say, with me, I like Lacazette off the field. I feel that the rapport with the fans, he's charismatic in a way. And I've liked him for that. But it's about performances and it's about results. Football is a results game. Yeah. And we need you, when Aubameyang's not firing, we need you to step up to the plate. Yeah. And you haven't done that. Gabe's brought up a point when we played Watford. We hosted them at the Emirates. He done the hard work. He won the ball. He won the ball off the defender, bearing down on goal, one-on-one with the keeper. What does he do? And then Gabe said to me that day, he said, you know what? That's the problem with Lacazette. He doesn't take his chances. I was like, No. He's been scoring. And I've watched him closely ever since. And then his stats have been going down. His goals as a striker, that's not good. If midfielders from other teams are scoring more than you, there's a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Yeah. So, like I said, I've got more to say on him anyway. Yeah. So,
yeah, I think it's just a matter of time for us, for this team to evolve. Mm-hmm. You know, it can't be done in one window. It can't be done in two windows. It's going to be at least two. It's going to be at least 3 seasons. Before we see an Arteta team. Yeah. But the forward line is an issue.
Yes.
Which is a funny thing when you think about when we were under Wenger. What were we complaining about? Oh, we're top heavy.
Defense.
We can score loads of goals, but we're now leaky. Now,
this is the thing.
Like we've asked for, Arteta's tightened up the defense because we are hard to break down. And, you know, granted for Mustafi and his typical moment of madness, it would have been a 0-0.
Brain freeze. Brian.
So
Mustafi brain freeze.
Now we've got another problem at the other end of the pitch. We can't score.
Yeah. And the creativity is lacking.
Yeah.
It is lacking because you're thinking, where is the creativity in this team?
But this goes to, sorry to cut you, this goes back to what we were saying last week, remember? Yeah. When you were saying the football's moving away from dribblers. Yeah. Yesterday was crying out for at least one dribbler in the Arsenal team.
At least one dribbler.
Yeah. You know, football always needs dribblers.
Of course.
You know, we've all played football. Like we say, Lee, we've all played football regardless of the level. We all understand football. It doesn't matter what level you've played at. Football's not brain surgery. You know, everybody's done it. We can all understand it. When you come up against a player who can dribble, it makes life difficult.
Of course.
A player who can breeze past you like nobody's problem, takes you out the game, all of a sudden somebody else has to come out and address him, which pulls them out of position. Yeah. We haven't got that. We can pass for days and days and days. And like we found yesterday, teams that are well set up and well versed in their system can see it out.
Yeah.
Because we carry nobody up front. We haven't got a Cazorla. We haven't got an Arshavin. We haven't got a Nasri. We haven't got a Van Persie. Who have we got?
Yeah, it's true.
But
it's true.
Coming back to yesterday, especially the first half, right? We had Luis, who was our chief playmaker.
And Gabriel was trying.
Gabriel was
Two
trying,
centre-backs.
It's two centre-backs, but especially Luis. I think we complained about him before, sending those wayward passes.
Well, he's clearly been listening.
Right? I think
we're
his
available.
pass-
If he wants more coaching,
I've always liked his passing.
He's listened to the Magic Hat show, Jamal.
And I was saying he's capable. And Gab, you were saying I don't see it, but he's capable of that.
well, do it
Right?
more often then.
Do more often, right? So he was spraying his balls to Bellerin,
Yes.
I think, and our friend Tini,
Yeah.
right? And I think he created a couple of chances. There was one to
Those balls
Bellerin.
were fantastic.
Fantastic balls, right? Where Bellerin should have controlled
Should have
it
controlled
better.
it. He had a
Should have
touch like a
controlled it better.
trampoline.
Yeah. So
Ball was just bouncing all over him. It was
passing,
like, come on.
So the key thing is, I know we talk about creativity and everything else, but yesterday we were getting in good positions
Decision making.
and decision making. There was a great pass by your namesake, yeah,
Which
to
one?
Saka.
We have quite a few now.
Gabriel. Oh yeah, we've got quite a few. To Saka was a great ball and he controlled it. And then
Yeah.
when he got to the edge of the box,
Should have taken the shot.
you have to shoot, bro. You have to shoot, and he passed.
But
it
that comes from, for him,
yeah.
that comes from
So-
naivety.
So
I would
the
say.
only the worrying thing for me is that all our attacking players are off form, right? Partey, forget about him. Willian gone off. He's not the same guy. Lacazette, we just talked about him. He's useless. Uber's getting shafted out wide where he can't affect the game. So Arteta needs to find a way where he can maximize what he actually has. I think a lot of people talking about Ozil or Awa or things like that, but he needs to find a way to be effective on the other end. Back four, I'm happy with, right?
Back four you're happy with. If Luis is injured, that means Mustafi
If
is
he's
starting.
injured, don't play him. Don't play Mustafi. I would rather have Partey in there than drop people back.
Mustafi's playing against
have
Manchester
El
United.
Neni there.
You know
Bring on
Mustafi's
El
playing
Neni.
against Manchester United, don't you?
If he plays, then it's on Arteta. Then it's on him.
How's it on Arteta, man?
I'm having a heart attack.
right,
You
bring
cannot bring
in
this guy-
Socrates then.
No, this guy, he's not actually a bad player. He's not actually a bad player, but he's just bad luck.
Bring
He's not actually-
in Socrates then.
Where is Socrates? He's not even in the squad.
Well, this is what I'm saying, man.
Socrates is too busy looking like the Greek god in Athens.
Yeah.
You saw that as well.
So
We'll get back to that.
So,
but what I'm trying to say is, we had option. We could have, and in a game where we had some control, right? You didn't need him.
Yeah, Luis going off.
Yeah, we didn't need him. You just need someone in Luis's place who can spray the same passing, right? Because Luis was controlling the game, right? So that was a bad substitution. It was as soon as I see him, I said,
So who
they're
would
going to
you
bring on Vardy. I
who
told
do
my
you-
brother,
who
right?
would you
They're
have
going to
put
bring on Vardy now.
So who would you have put on though?
I would have put on El Neni.
To what?
then-
Play centre
and-
back.
And then who's playing centre back?
And moved Partey to Luis's spot.
Can Partey play there?
Yeah, because I've seen him play there for Atletico.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
anything
the thing
would have
is-
been
Anything
better
but
than
Mustafi. Yeah.
Mustafi.
Bring on.
but the thing
you
is,
could have brought
we were
on.
all-
You could have brought on Carnosaurus, Arsenal dinner ladies, COVID-19. Who else? The Chuckle brothers. The one that's still alive. You could have brought on Piers Morgan and his fat ass. You had options.
I think that's pretty harsh, from
You
Mustafi
had
because
options.
before he got injured, he was in good form.
Brian could have done better.
Oh my gosh, Brian,
but
you're hearing
the-
that?
The injury has set Mustafi back to normal.
Okay, all right.
Brian, are you hearing
Very
this?
good point, Gab. Very good point, Gab. He hasn't played. He looked out of shape. He wasn't
Yeah,
with
but
the pace.
it's his
pace of the
first game back,
But
man.
we've seen those mistakes from Mustafi, whether he's fit or not. Come on, you're having a laugh, Lee. We've seen these mistakes time
Listen,
ago.
listen.
Like I was actually hopeful.
Mustafi is in a special segment at the end of the show, so
He's just stupid.
don't dog him.
Gabriel was telling him, "Listen, get back to your spot, right?"
Yeah,
And
I know. I saw that. I saw
Yeah,
that.
but Gabriel was speaking in Portuguese. Mustafi only understands German.
Yeah.
You know, there's a language barrier there, clearly. He was saying, get back in Portuguese, and Mustafi was thinking, oh, go forward. That's what he must be saying, go forward.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we should play him up front. We should play him up front.
Because I don't know what the hell game of football Mustafi's been playing.
Futsal.
But, you know, covering, you know, even Wormwood Scrubs, Hackney Marshes,
It happened. You know,
Clapham,
You know, when
wherever
Vardy
you play football, covering your centre back and covering your teammate
It's the
is
same
always-
thing.
it happened.
is always
It's the same language, man.
He's always out of position.
from
It's
primary
hilarious.
school.
You know
Cover
when-
me,
You know
cover
when
me.
Vardy came on. You know when Vardy came on, right? His first touch was he played 1-2 with his winger, right? And he just stormed past. Guess who? Mustafi, right? And he's in the centre circle. Why are you in the centre circle?
When we all saw Mustafi come on, because we were active in the group,
Yeah.
what was I think Brian was the one who said Mustafi, and he put this emoji like.
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
knew. Everyone
days.
Knew. Everyone knew.
So I said, as long as he just behaves himself and he doesn't say, tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be David
Wasn't
Luiz.
that the scene from Airplane where everybody put their hands to their forehead?
Yeah.
They're going, oh, the whole airplane did that.
That Homer Dow moment.
Yeah,
Because
it's like, come on, Mikel, what the hell are you doing?
I think Rodgers was like, goals coming on for me. You know, this is
it was just like
But
Vardy.
who else have we got though? If Luiz is injured,
Holding's injured.
all of a sudden we've got this injury crisis of centre backs again.
We've always had
So
that.
but look,
No matter how many we sign,
look,
Yeah,
we
we got
can't
eight-
we
we
can't
got-
blame Mikel for this one, because Holding would have been in place of Luiz. He's injured.
Yeah.
Luiz, he's there now in place.
Yeah.
Now he's injured, so we only have Mustafi. Who else could we play?
Is it a coincidence that our two Germans are bloody clowns at the moment? Do you think that's a coincidence?
Oh man!
Are
So
these-
what we got? Sideshow Bob and Krusty the Clown.
I'm not calling him Sideshow Bob anymore. I thought he was. He's
is,
just Bob.
He is.
There's no sideshow about him anymore.
Krusty the
he's-
Clown.
He's main show Bob now.
Main show Bob. Okay.
Yeah, Mustafi was.
You know, he's not the
diabolical.
Krusty the Clown.
So the game for you.
Yeah, so you said who was the options, and I said
Mhm.
I would move one of the centre midfielders back, right? Be a Partey. I would have El Neni there.
Yeah, anybody would have been better than Mustafi.
Yeah. So we
we did when we saw him coming on. We did all
There was a collective.
dope.
because when Vardy
Across
came,
the whole
there was
Arsenal.
there was significant,
Fan base.
like there was noticeable difference in speed. He was just
Listen, Vardy was a commentator's wet dream, mate, because all they were doing was panning
I had to turn him off.
panning the photo, panning the shot on him when he was warming up,
Yeah.
and they were saying, "Yeah,
The old bin
all,
man.
all Leicester are looking to do is just wait for Leicester to go down."
So I had to turn them off. It was like the two of them were just having a wank fest. over
Who's these two?
the two commentators. Oh, Jamie Vardy's coming on. Oh, they've been waiting.
That's Townsend. That's Townsend, and what's his name?
Two wankers.
Yeah. Knocking one
It
out.
was
on
turned.
him.
Yeah, it's like, oh yes, they've been waiting. Oh, another one was you knew as soon as they said Leicester haven't won at Arsenal since
Oh my
1973.
days!
You knew what was coming.
I said it because I remember in the group I said, Vardy. I said I don't want Vardy. We need to score before Vardy comes on, and then I said I don't want Vardy coming and score the winner. Then they said, Leicester, Arsenal. Leicester have played Arsenal at home 23 times, and Arsenal have won 21 times. Then they haven't won since 1973. I said, we're going to lose now.
Yeah.
We're going to
curse.
lose.
If you're listening, if you ever listen to an Arsenal game and any commentator says this team has played Arsenal and they haven't won since way back in the day,
Thank you.
You know Arsenal are going to lose.
They're going to lose straight up.
Yeah.
That happened to us when Hull visited us. I swear, if we get Plymouth Argyle in the FA Cup, Plymouth Argyle haven't won since 1945. Expect them to win.
Yeah.
Expect them to win. Or this player hasn't scored against Arsenal for decades.
Or this player hasn't scored for now going on 200 matches.
Yeah.
You know he's coming to score again.
He's going to score.
He's going to score a screamer.
Goal at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Arsenal won. Oh my goodness, man.
Hamilton Academicals 3.
Shane Long hasn't scored in like 3 years.
Why did you think of Shane Long? Because I was thinking of Shane Long.
Exactly, because that's what happens. The guy never used to score against anyone, right?
And ladies and gentlemen, look out for the Nemesis show. This is the players that always have fun against Arsenal. So look out for that coming soon. I know you're already thinking of the players that have destroyed Arsenal over the years and have loved. Anyway, one was Jamie Vardy.
Let's talk about the goal, because I know there was in our group strong words flying backwards and forth.
Yeah, there was.
And Jamal,
Count Dooku to the checkout.
Who do you blame for the goal, Jamal?
Oh God, where do I start? Obviously, you have to look at the clown that we brought on, and he has to cop some of the blame. But I think it was a collective failure of the unit.
Mm-hmm.
As most goals are, it's not just one player, unless your keeper chucks one in. So Almunia style. But I think that goal, they've been trying that goal a couple of times in the second half where they play that ball over the top to get past our pressing, which, was poor in the second half.
Yeah.
And they have the players. They have the players to pick their strikers out. So I thought I was really disappointed first with Xhaka. Where I think he wasn't paying attention. He was he's gone too tight on the player rather than just little, like step back little, just read the pass. Read the guy's gonna put that over your head. Like, he's very slow mentally.
But you know what?
Right?
It was easy to say because I could see Partey coming, trying to block that pass from Tielemans, but just got there a fraction too late.
That's true.
And when you're in the ascendancy, it's hard. It's easy for you to lose that just split second moment of concentration, because Tielemans' ball was a good one. It was pinpoint.
That's why I don't just pinpoint him, him, because the fullback was there. Tierney can see what's actually happening, right?
Yeah.
See, in that situation, between them, they could have snuffed it out.
Yeah.
Right?
But it was quick, though.
Yeah. But we can't run away from the fact that you have Mustafi, who's
switched off.
Who's not even busting a guy. Okay.
Oh, the fact that Gabriel also
told him.
He pointed out to Mustafi, but Gabriel managed to get to the ball ahead of Xhaka.
Yeah.
So he managed to do Xhaka's job for him while he was doing his own job, which shows you how slow Xhaka is.
That's where
several times Xhaka got caught out pace wise.
And I think I've told Gab before that I don't want to see him. I don't want to see Xhaka in a game that's stretched right at the base of our midfield three, because he doesn't have the defensive mind, the nous, to read the game and also to snuff danger.
But then
he never had that.
He can't play.
He can't play
at the front.
Elneny's not quick, but he can read the game.
Yeah, but then Xhaka's redundant in the team. Then
take him. This is what I say. This is what I was saying.
You know what?
This is what I was saying. Like, I would not in that game. I would not. I would.
But you know what?
I would not have that.
I haven't seen that. I think yesterday's game is like the first time in a long time that I've seen Xhaka play poor, and he looked like the old Xhaka, because he is reading the game. He is making interceptions. he is. Maybe it was just probably where he was placed, positioned, just put him out because he was the old Xhaka yesterday. I must admit,
you know why? Because we're at home and we're playing a quality team, right? This is, I think, the best.
No, but I've seen it against City,
the best team,
City. I've seen it against Liverpool. I saw it against.
Game we are camped, like against City, Liverpool, those kind of teams. Away from home, we are kind of, we're not as adventurous. We have men behind the ball, so he doesn't get exposed as much. But against teams like this, at home, when the actual onus is on us to actually open up and attack, you don't need this kind of player at the base of your midfield. You are playing with fire.
You don't. I must admit that. Yeah. But so I've got to admit that Xhaka, this is the first time in a long time that I've seen him play this bad, because Ceballos is just as guilty because he was poor yesterday.
He was creating chances, though.
Oh no, he was poor.
He was
poor, Jamal. Don't go to those stats on your heat map.
I'm gonna
go to your heat map and go to your stats if you want. But he was poor.
He created the most chances in the game.
What, 2?
3.
Oh, round of applause!
Yeah, he's good, but
in the words,
you can say he's average. He had an average performance, but I don't think he was.
In the words of the nemesis who shot RoboCop's hand, Murphy's hand off, well, give the man a hand. Free chances.
I think Ceballos,
please,
will be helped. You know, I think I would.
He was giving the ball away a lot.
He was awful.
He might have created 3 chances, but his overall game was below average.
It was poor. And we
like you say, those stats don't tell the story of the game.
Exactly.
They tell you the facts. Yeah. He created 3 chances, but he could have given the ball away 10 times.
Thank you. Yeah, he was poor. And you know I like Ceballos. Yeah. But we was looking for him to really carry the ball and, do something. But he just...
No, he didn't have a vintage game, but I think...
Vintage game? Far from, mate.
Yeah, but I think we need to rethink that, how we structure that midfield.
Yeah, I think we're still a team in...
transition.
In progress. Like we said, we hope Arteta doesn't become the Tinker Man. We hope he finally settles on a team sooner rather than later.
But what do you think, Gabe? Sorry to interject and cut you, but what do you think he's doing?
I think he's trying to find a team that works. Excuse me. I think he's trying to find a team that works with the players that he's got available. And I think sometimes he's
a bit too cute for his own good.
Yeah, he's trying to be too cute for his own good. He's playing chess. He's playing 4D chess when nobody else is playing it. So then he's playing against himself. But I can understand that against Pep.
Yeah.
Klopp. Because them two know each other, and Klopp because those. But the rest of the teams, just play your best team.
But don't you think he done that yesterday?
No, because he played Xhaka at left back. There was no need to play Xhaka at left back.
How I saw the setup, I saw a back 4, I saw a midfield 3, and a front 3. That's how I saw it, with Xhaka covering the left back going forward. That's what I didn't see him playing left back. I know he was in that position, but I thought it was just the front 3 and like the midfield 3 and the front 3. That's how I saw the lineup.
For me, he played the 3 at the back, so it was Luiz, Gabriel, and Xhaka, and then he played Saka, Partey, Ceballos, Bellerin, Aubameyang, Lacazette,
and Saka.
Who was the other one?
Lacazette.
No, who was the other one in the middle? So there's a back 3 of Bellerin, Luiz, Gabriel, and
Tierney.
The other one was Xhaka. Then it was Tierney.
So Xhaka was a third centre back.
He was the third centre back.
I don't think he was a centre back because that's...
No, did I see it wrong?
With the ball...
How I saw it was 4-3-3.
4-3-3 when we did not have the ball. Like
Right.
It was 4-3-3, but with the ball,
Mm-hmm.
what was happening
Tierney was moving up.
Tierney was bombing forward.
Yeah.
Gallerin was bombing forward. So we
So we had
essentially
three.
had
Three at the back.
3-4-3.
But
Which is where when we lost the ball, or when we were giving the ball away, Leicester were, especially in the second half, Leicester were looking to go down Xhaka's side more than anybody's side.
No, but in the second half, I saw them operating more on Bellerin's side.
Yeah,
That's why I saw it.
Sent off. Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was 50-50. Maybe we're showing our biases in the game for me, because I didn't think Bellerin had a bad game, even though he did that lunge tackle.
He was very lucky.
But
the guy jumped.
as soon as I saw Xhaka on the left hand at the back, I just couldn't work out what he was doing there. He doesn't have the recovery. He can't tackle to save his life. His passing from there is fairly limited.
Yeah, it was quite. And he doesn't.
You know, if anything, why wasn't Ainsley Maitland-Niles playing there?
Yeah.
To give you that
But
protection.
then-
If you wanted somebody who's got recovery and somebody who's can tackle and can cover and can recover, Ainsley would have been the ideal choice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's if, whats, buts, and maybes. You know, what ifs.
But these are the
Fine margins.
fine margin and the
detail,
details
fine
that
detail.
win and
Yeah.
lose you games.
Yeah.
And the other thing that
But
pissed me off as well is all that hype about Rodgers masterclass. Give me a break, man. You just packed
Yeah, Arsenal,
your defense 5-5-0 with no strikers and just sat there, just hoping that, like I said, misses like a million chance.
Yeah,
Which you
some
did.
some Arsenal fans were going a bit overboard. Were saying Rodgers is outclassed and outthought and outmaneuvered Arteta, and Arteta's inexperience showed, and Rodgers, experience has showed through. And I was like, that's not how I view the game.
What you pointed out, sorry to cut you, but what you pointed out on the way to the show, what did you point out? You said that, and this is something that we haven't seen in a long time, clubs are now respecting Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because if Leicester disrespected Arsenal, they would have just come out gung-ho, right?
Yeah.
And the Arsenal of old would have conceded about 2 goals. Barnes would have got about 2 goals. But how did they play? It was a low block, right?
Leicester came
This
for a
is
draw.
Leicester City.
Leicester came for a draw.
Leicester came for a draw.
Yeah.
And we're happy to, if we can get 3 points, beautiful. But 1 point is magnificent.
Against Arsenal. This is the team that finished 8th
To be fair,
last season.
they had quite a few players missing.
And
their striker wasn't 100%
And
fit.
it doesn't matter.
So when it happens to us, when we've got players missing, nobody throws that up as an example
That's true.
or an excuse.
That's what I'm saying to you.
don't
They
count.
just say Arsenal. They don't see X, Y, Z players missing. So I'm not having that excuse for Leicester. They had players missing.
Sionko, Amati, Ndidi, and Pereira injured.
And Iheanacho didn't play, did he?
I don't know what was wrong with him. No, he didn't.
So, okay, they've got players
But
missing.
Leicester finished how many places above us? They
So this
finished
is-
5th. We
this is the
finished
thing.
8th.
Yeah.
So they shouldn't be, even if without their players, they're still a better team than us.
Exactly.
So they should have come on the front foot, but they didn't.
They didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't come. They came to park the bus.
They did park the bus.
They parked 2 buses.
Exactly.
Very, very Brendan Rodgers like.
It was very Brendan Rodgers, and Lee's right. Lee's right in the fact that this isn't the first. This is the second team that have done this. This is the second team that I've noticed have changed their way they're playing against us. Man City did it because Man City were, like we said last week, they were wasting time at the end of the game. Very unlike Manchester City. They were happy to take 1-0. Normally it's 3-0. It's Ole football.
Yeah.
Arsenal are dejected. That was a different game. They were like, you know what? It's 1-0. Let's waste time because we don't want to concede.
Because what they would have done, Leicester would have done in reverse. They would have put Vardy on, started Vardy. If they disrespected Arsenal, they would have started Vardy. and they would have just gone for it. They would have just opened up. Well, we know Arsenal, more open than a horse's legs. Sorry, but they didn't. And even the commentators were saying, Leicester, what they're trying to see if they got a goal down, and then they bring Vardy on, or hold it, contain Arsenal, and then bring on, smash and grab with Vardy. That's what they were doing.
Well, the talk before the game was that Vardy was only fit enough to play half an hour max.
Doesn't matter. You start him
so
half an hour before or half an hour after.
Listen, if it was a Champions League game and Vardy was in the same position, you think they'd have kept him on the bench?
Nope.
They'd have started him and run him into the ground.
Oh, we've seen it. Gab, we've seen it time again, even in the Wenger days, right? Teams used to come and you just say, break us down.
Exactly.
Right? So,
yes, it's a testament to we've moved forward.
Yeah.
We have clearly moved forward in the team's play.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we didn't win, but we've moved forward because teams are viewing us as a different proposition now.
Thank you.
You win the FA Cup and you win the Charity Shield, which is a lesser trophy, but you win the FA Cup, which is a serious trophy. People take notice.
Yeah.
And then they take notice in the scalps you've taken. Because we've taken big scalps. Let's not play that down. We've taken big scalps. And now it's just a shame that we've had to face them so early.
Yeah.
Because we just needed momentum.
I don't think so. I think it's a good thing that we faced them early so we don't get complacent. Oh, we're on a run, this, that, and the other. Get slapped early, take your hard chops early, realise where you need to improve, your weak spot is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm always a believer in building momentum in a league campaign.
Mm-hmm.
You can fly out the traps and then it all falls apart after
Everton.
After you take a few losses against big teams, you lose the confidence. You think, bloody hell, we're not as good as we think we are. But you lose. You get slapped early on.
Yeah.
In close games.
Yeah.
You think, you know what, we lost those. You know what, we should have got something out of those games. Next time we play them, we're going to make sure we do this and we do that right. And then you slowly, you build your momentum, and then come the second half of the season, hopefully you've adjusted and you're up and running. So when you face them in the second half, maybe things might be different.
Okay, so we're coming up to the player ratings. So we're going to round off, what we thought of the game. Why did we lose 1-0 to Leicester? I thought the build-up was slow.
Yep.
I thought it was hella slow. I thought that we didn't do, the interaction, the interchanging, the passing was poor. I felt we lost the ball in areas, vital areas, dangerous areas. We're going to have to work on teams that will look at Leicester, will look at the West Ham game at the low block, and they will follow suit. They will copy what these teams have done, and they will try to do that. So we've got to now really train for the low block. So that's the thing for me. This is where I felt that we lost it. The lack of creativity.
Yep.
We weren't quick enough. Our passing wasn't quick enough.
Yep.
Aubameyang and Lacazette, I've got to question their interchange, their interlink, interchanging
together. Full stop.
Yeah, they have no relationship.
Yeah.
On the pitch,
off the field. Yeah,
off the field. Yeah, but
So sorry, Jamal.
Yeah.
Plus, let's just throw in, Lacazette Aubameyang may well have been under the weather.
Yes, you were saying.
Yeah, he was taking his medication, or maybe he saw Lacazette's finish and he was like, "I'm sick, man. Give me some medication for fuck's sake. I need something."
I think I'm seeing double. He keeps missing.
What the hell, man? Ridiculous.
Oh,
something wrong with my eyesight, doctor. Can you help me?
So, the interesting thing for game, we created how many shots we had in the first half? 11, right? We had one in the second half. and we had no goal attempts after Vardy scored.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
right?
not good.
So we need to get even if you're killing the birds, Shaka, just have a shot.
Yeah.
Right? Saka, have a shot. Like I said, have a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Get more shots on, because I'm glad you talked about that West Ham game. That West Ham game, they had 14 shots and we had 7. We had 7 at home. That's poor.
But then that comes down to the forward line.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes all it takes is for Lacazette to, do a little shimmy, get a shot off. But he doesn't even do that.
He takes so much
time. As a
time.
forward, as a forward player, he's awful.
The
Can't
ball would
hold up the ball.
Yeah, it gets
He's
stuck
always
under his
falling
foot.
down. He's getting buffeted and barged. Doesn't shoot.
That's true, guy. But I want that from all players. I want them to
I
take
get
a shot.
I
Take
get
a shot, man.
take a shot, but the man whose job it is to take shots doesn't take shots.
He doesn't take shots.
The man whose job it is to hold up play doesn't hold up play. Yes, it's a difficult job. You've got big central defenders coming through the back of you.
Mm-hmm.
Drogba, I know it's unfair to compare him to Drogba, but Drogba used to get the same treatment.
Kevin Davis, Phillips, all of them used to get buffeted and barged.
Coming back to the actual match, I thought our performance in that first half was the best this season. I thought
Best first half performance or just best performance?
best first half that I've seen us.
Oh, okay.
Right, because I'm not going to include the Fulham game because they're not really that good. But against a team who's is a quality.
If we're going back, sorry to cut you, but if we're going back to what Gabe's mentioned at the beginning of the show, we've sorted out the defence minus Mustafi, and it's all about our creative side and our front line.
Yeah, he has to front
Not
line
good
because
enough.
he has to find a way to get the best out of his forward because all his forward players are not at their game.
No.
So he needs to find a
Well,
solution.
Pepe, what is this guy doing?
Once again, we're here again. Another week, and we're here again saying the same thing.
Another disaster class from Pepe.
But then,
minutes he had?
yeah, but this is the thing. A lot of people are going to say, well, he wasn't on the field of play long enough to do anything.
That's the whole point of being a super sub. That's why you come on, to affect some kind of change.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah.
Not bring more of the same.
Yeah.
You might as well just stay on the bench if you're going to bring more of the same.
But they're arguing that he didn't get the ball.
He did. I saw him with the ball. He ran. He runs with the ball and leaves it behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Runs into traffic.
It was 25 minutes. It wasn't.
That's plenty of time.
That is plenty of time.
In a game like that, when
Eddie
camped in the half,
Eddie got criticised and he was on for less minutes.
I wouldn't criticize Eddie either.
Who was criticising Eddie?
Well, someone from another platform was criticising Eddie.
What
did
they
he do? What was he supposed to do?
He was on.
What can he do?
He was on for 9 minutes, for God's sake.
What did he do? Yeah. What did he do?
Yeah, I know it's all about opinions. Football is about opinions. And, a lot of people are going to disagree with what we say here. I think we're talking absolute trash and a lot of shit. But in 25 minutes, your player who is an £80 million player, not by his choice, but we paid £80 million, do something.
What would Zaha have done?
Zaha would have done something.
Yeah. Yeah. What would Andros Townsend have done? He would have run at them, right?
I think we signed Pepe after we failed to get Zaha. Right? It was just a panic signing where we said we have to get someone, right? Give them whatever they need. Just get him. We've got shirts to actually sell. Yeah. Right. So
like I said,
yeah, I'm still hoping that the manager finds a way to get these players.
I can't see it with Pepe. I'm sorry. I'm going to make the call now. I might be proved wrong, but I can't see it. I think Pepe's a dud.
And cue Imperial March. Dum, 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 dum.
You have failed me for the last time.
Lord Vader, I beg
Yeah,
of you.
Pepe.
I'm still hoping that
No.
he turns out to be
Look.
the next. I don't know,
Kaka?
the next Mane or something.
Who? Pepe?
What you talking about, Willis?
Pepe is a dud. Pepe is a dud. D-U-D.
To be fair to him, no one up front is doing anything.
Bring back Theo Walcott. All is forgiven.
Oh,
Wally
Theo
Walcott.
What a goal!
Would you take Theo Walcott over Pepe?
No.
Nah.
You wouldn't take Theo Walcott over Pepe?
No.
Gabriel, we have to rein in Gabriel now because he's gone. He's gone.
Lord Vader.
He's
Lord Vader.
Pepe is
Almunia
finished.
walkabout.
I'm gonna have to ask Brian. Brian, would you take Walker over Pepe?
I'm done with Pepe.
Nah. You know what it is? I'm gonna give him to the end of the season because I there's a player in there.
Yeah.
No,
There is a player in there, but
Where?
Lord Vader.
The player's lost, clearly.
Fail me again.
Listen.
What player
Pepe,
is in there?
No, there's a player. There's a player in there.
There's a player in there because he can do that goal against Sheffield United. There's a player in there.
No, but he needs to be consistent.
He needs to be consistent, yeah. So
He can't have another season like last season. He needs to improve from last season.
Okay, do you think all that chopping and changing hasn't helped him? Like all that chopping and changing up front, we don't have a settled team yet.
Well, the chopping and changing is because he's not grabbing his opportunities.
Yeah, fair enough, but I wouldn't rule him out completely yet. That's what.
Well, he better be careful, or else he'll find himself joining the Ozil boat.
He's
Out
on the
of town.
ropes. He's on the ropes and taking a pounding.
You're getting that slow boat to Cairo, mate.
Right? And he's leaning. He's doing that the Ali, but he doesn't have the skills.
Okay, because we've got the player ratings to come. So, Pepe, hold tight, brace yourself. So now it's player ratings time. Right, so it's player ratings time. So we're going to the main man, the number one, the one who wears the number one jersey, and that's Bert Leno. So what are we giving Leno? What are we giving Leno?
Are you asking me? Or? Yeah,
I'm looking at you.
Jamal always does.
Hey, sucker!
I'm
You asking me?
I'm looking at you.
Like,
You asking me, fool?
he wasn't tested.
I pity the fool.
I think I think his passing was generally okay, but he still had a couple of those moments where first minute was the second minute when he cleared it straight to that
Madison.
Leicester, yeah, and he bloody hell almost got lobbed,
Leno's footwork is shoddy.
right? And
I don't know what's he
Madison
playing?
was
What's
looking
he
at the
playing?
whole
What's
game.
he got? Slippers on his feet. Why is he kicking the ball like so?
That was just decision making, you know.
No, he kicks the ball like he kicks the ball like it's gonna hurt his feet.
No, that's true.
I
that's
want
true.
you
but
to
like,
actually.
in
Sorry,
that
cut
specific-
that.
Yeah.
I want you to actually put that on the YouTube as a YouTube title. Does
What's that?
Bird Leno wear slippers?
Yeah. Is he a slippers?
It's like, come on, put your foot through the ball,
Yeah.
man. Kick it up the pitch.
But that mistake happened. That's just decision making because there, clear it to the stands.
Well, how's
Why
that
you-
different to what I've just said?
Clear it to the stand. No. But
Kick the ball up the pitch, man. What's
Yeah,
wrong with
yeah.
you?
not even up the pitch. Just get it out. Like most keepers will kick it to the stands.
Most
Oh,
people
man.
will, kick it as far away. But Leno is lucky.
Don't even-
It doesn't want to
don't
hurt his delicate feet. Ooh, I'm going to kick it low across the
No,
floor.
he's trying to be cute. Oh, I'm going to start an attack. No, Leno, clear it.
Right. So
what are you giving him,
What are
Jamal?
you giving him for
I'm giving him
having slippers?
6.
6.
Yeah,
After all that talk about...
I'm giving him 6
Wow, Jamal,
because,
who's got a pen that works?
Yeah.
I think my pen is... I've been throwing my pen around so much after the... Thanks, Lee.
yeah, I'm giving him
After
a 6.
yesterday's shocking...
All right. So I'll go
Game.
next. All right, so I'll give Leno a 7. I didn't
7?
think, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, because he wasn't at fault for the goal. Personally, I don't think he was at fault for the goal. He didn't have much to do, really. You know, he didn't have much to do. I know what you're saying about slippers on the feet.
Yeah, he almost got lobbed twice.
Nah,
Madison knows this guy is a suspect.
But
Madison's a good player.
He's a good player, but he was going for that lob.
Madison tried and it didn't work. So
luckily for us.
So no. I'm giving Leno a 7.
All right, fair enough.
Me, I'm going to go give him a 5
because
I'm feeling generous.
Fair enough.
But the thing is, that's generous because we're getting to the team and anyway, ain't going to be so generous, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
So, Bellerin.
All right, Bellerin.
So, what's your 7, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I just said 7.
Jamal is elsewhere.
Yeah. Sorry.
Where are you?
Let's go to the centre backs.
We got to Bellerin.
We went to Bellerin, innit?
Fair enough. Let's
Hector Bellerin.
Let's
No.
I agree with him. He had a good game. I love the way he attacked in this game. You know, play on the last shoulder, be that offside trap. I was hoping that his first touch, would improve because I think I saw some of the old speed that Bellerin had coming back, right? So I think defensively, I can't blame him for any of the can't blame for the goal, and he wasn't terribly exposed, right?
A bit rash with that challenge.
Yeah, but he almost got sent off. He was very lucky because
the player looked for
Justin. He jumped over him. If he's more cute,
if he's more cute,
he sticks
he
a leg
would've.
out.
But the player knew.
Yeah, it was
because Hector Bellerin had got the ball, and the player knew.
Happens.
But I know what you mean.
He was lucky.
Yeah,
he was lucky. He was
very lucky, but it was the kind of performance that I want from him. So I would give him a 7.5.
Okay,
solid game, Bellerin.
Generous. For me, for Bellerin, I wasn't that impressed with his game yesterday, to be quite honest.
You didn't enjoy his runs?
I didn't think there was many, to be quite honest.
Quite a few of them.
I didn't think there was. Well, and with Bellerin as well, his attacking qualities.
There was a moment when again Luis played a great ball and he beat the fullback and he put in a great cross. But no one is in the box.
Yeah, Lacazette was
daydreaming.
Lacazette was arriving.
Lacazette was admiring his fresh trim. I don't know, man. He was completely useless. But he wasn't in. None of the other players were in the box, and it's like, oh my god, this guy made all that effort and put in a delicious ball.
Yeah, I think
waste.
I think Bellerin has played better. And I was expecting more like overlapping and more.
He did though. He did a lot of overlapping.
For me, I just didn't find that he done enough. I don't think he done enough for me personally. I'm going to give him a 6, and that's generous.
How about you guys?
I'm going to give Bellerin a 5. I thought he was just average again. The pass from Luis was superb on his toe. What kind of a touch was that?
Wow. That was...
Such a man, you're on your own. Because
shocking.
Lord Vader has entered the room.
Bellerin is like, yes, it was a good... He had a... I was going to say good, but it wasn't a good game. He had an average game.
It's an average game,
It was
man.
An average game.
No,
it was neither bad nor good.
He had a good game.
No, he didn't,
He had
man.
a good game. For me, he didn't
He was
have a
poor.
good game.
Not poor.
Oh, that's harsh.
No, that was harsh. Sorry, I take that
I'm
back.
saying it was
I take that
neither
back.
good, it was neither bad. It was just down the middle.
It's just standard. It was standard.
You're coming up against a good team. When we had players like we've gone back in the past, your Sanyas.
Brian is shaking his head. I can see it.
Brian is shaking his head for what? Who? Bellerin.
Yeah.
Bri, are you shaking your head, son?
Shaking your head.
But like I was about to say, we had players in the past like your Sanyas, your Dixons, your Laurens. When they came up against good teams, you know what they did? They performed. Lauren didn't do it. Bellerin didn't do it yesterday for me.
He doesn't. Last week, the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when it really matters against Liverpool, we can find better. Yeah,
do it consistently.
We can find better.
Yeah,
Like we've said,
I'm not talking about other games. I'm just talking about in this specific game.
He didn't do anything yesterday for me.
Great runs. You know, he was putting balls into the box. He was making sure the other fullbacks doesn't.
Yeah, but Jamal, let's have it
And
right.
defensively,
You are a
was-
Bellerin fanboy, so you do like him.
Really, we bashed him here.
We've-
Bashed him here before.
We've bashed him.
We bashed him here before,
No.
right? So
I'm just telling the truth on Bellerin. I just didn't
listen,
think
I thought
I
he had a
think-
good game.
he's had better games since he's
Of
come
course.
back.
Of course, he had better game.
I'm just saying. So yeah,
I thought yesterday you could have had more from him.
Yes.
For me, he wasn't good. He wasn't bad.
Yeah,
he was just
that's
down
he
there.
was in the middle.
That's why I gave him a 5.
He was in the middle.
Who's next?
Louise.
David Luiz. What are we saying about Luiz?
He's my man of the match, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Where he was reading the game, he was dictating from the back. His passing, long, short, he was on point. You know, he was pressing high, winning the ball back. And I think his injury hurt us a lot because I don't think we lose that game had he stayed had the clown not come on. So I think it was imperious. I think one thing. I think he long balls. He was really good, accurate long balls to the foot to Tierney and Bellerin were unbelievable. If I just dig up the long ball stats here, I think 9 were accurate out of the 10 that he played, which is really good.
That's a lot. That's how it should be every game.
Yeah.
Because Van Dijk.
Yeah. So
manages that.
9 long balls, 8 accurate.
Good.
Right. So
Well, when we see him next, we expect more of the same.
yeah,
Exactly.
We don't want to see those balloons.
Hopefully the injury is not long term because it looks like a thigh injury.
Yeah.
It looks like a
So what are you giving him, Jamal, after
Muscle.
all that?
I would give him a 9.
Okay.
He was outstanding.
I'm giving David Luiz 7. Simply because he didn't finish the game. I know he went off injured. Him and another player, were our most creative and were looking to create.
Yeah.
I thought he had a good game before he got injured. So, yeah, I'm giving him a 7.
Yeah, I'm going to give David Luiz 8.5. I thought he was very good. His passing was much improved. He's clearly been given a recording of the show and he's listened to our criticisms and taken them on board. If any more Arsenal players would like to listen to our recordings and take our criticisms.
So who do you think
Lacazette?
Who do you think his favourite member of the show is?
It's got to
Lord
be
Vader.
me. It's got to be me.
Lord Vader, isn't it?
Clearly.
It's got to be. Country Mile.
It's got to be me after all my...
Luiz.
Yeah.
Luiz is me.
No,
I
man.
was sticking up for him.
No. We're
It's
talking
me.
about advice.
My advice has been spot on.
Yeah.
Sort your long passing out and
I
all will
would
be
say
well.
he has that in him. He just needs to do it. That's it.
So I'm going to give him 8.5. Next, we go to Gabriel, the Beast.
The beast that is.
Gabriel, the Beast Megales. That's my nickname for him
Yes.
because the guy is robust.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Gabriel, he gets an 8 from me. Once again, he's shown levels. Him and another player that I'm going to mention have shown levels. He's been superb. Once again,
Yeah.
I'm not even going to go into it. He was just had another brilliant game. That's it for me with Gabriel.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think in this game, I think I would give him a 7.
What's his heat map saying?
His heat map, he was on controlling the left-hand side. He was actually very high up, the left side of the center circle. That's where his heat map is most active.
There was a bit when Vardy first come on.
Yeah.
And you could see him tracking Vardy.
Yeah.
He was looking up the pitch, but he could see Vardy in his peripheral, and he was just running across. Because, Vardy likes to bend, likes to bend his run. So Gabriel was like looking, but he could see Vardy, so he was moving across.
Yeah, it was.
That's what I like about him.
Yeah.
He knows
he's
how to defend.
Good. I think this is his passing wasn't as crisp as in other games. I think this is the only game where his passing came down to the 82%. But
82%.
Yeah, usually it's not. Yeah, all his games 92, 90, 93.
Jeez,
really
that's
good.
Still good though.
That's still
82.
good. Yeah. That's his. His standards. I think when Vardy came on, he saw that I'm not going to get change from this guy, so just go to the clown. You will get something out of that. So yeah, I think I'll give him a 7. I think he had a good, solid game.
Were you saying, Gabes?
I'm going to give Gabriel an 8.5 as well. I'm going to put him up there with Luiz. I thought he marshalled the defence well. I thought for somebody who's just come to the club, to see him telling Mustafi, somebody who's been at the club for so many years.
A World Cup winner, by the way.
Yeah, what to do, I thought was embarrassing for Mustafi.
Yeah.
It should be the other way around.
Yeah.
And yet, and Mustafi still didn't even listen to the instructions that were given to him.
Yep.
I liked Gabriel's robustness. I like his passing. He keeps it simple. I think I saw him give the ball away maybe 2 times in the game, 2 or 3 times, which, yes, he's playing short passes and he's playing safe passes, but even Mustafi can't even get those short, safe passes correct.
Yeah.
Or Xhaka, for that matter.
Yeah.
So, like you said, his passing accuracy is very high.
Yeah.
He, along with Tierney, has future captain written all over him.
Yeah.
For somebody who's just 6 games. And the man's a mainstay already.
Yeah.
Good in the air. I don't even know whether he speaks English, but if he's learning English as he's going along, he's doing exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him an 8.5.
And just to touch on that as well, him and David Luiz were winning their aerial duels from like the goal kicks. So I've been impressed with that as well.
You don't get much change from that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that just goes to show. I'm assuming they are the players that are going to get the highest ratings and marks.
Yeah. For
how many weeks now have we given them top marks? So that means that area which was a concern is an area that's improved and we can rely on them.
Yeah, I did say in one of the videos, is our back line solid now? The centre-back pairing is, Luiz might have a lapse, but the centre-back pairing looks very solid. So that's a nice part.
And they have an understanding. They're not strangers. Sometimes,
and they speak the same language. I think that also helps.
Yeah.
Especially for Gabriel, who's come to learn, and who better than somebody who's more experienced than you, who actually speaks the same language as you, and can talk you through the game.
Your compatriot, it's true. So we move on to Tierney. You want me to
go? You can go on to Tierney. Yeah,
Tierney. Yeah.
Okay. Even though I like this guy, I thought he was. He tried, but it just wasn't coming off for him. Sadly, I'm gonna have to give Kieran 4. I like the guy, I really do, but I just think that everything he tried just wasn't coming off. It just wasn't coming off for him yesterday. Industry was there, heart, passion, determination was there, but it just wasn't coming off. So I'm going to have to give him a 4.
Fair enough. I think Tierney yesterday. I think I would give him. I thought he was. I liked his game going forward, especially in the first half. There was he put the ball on the plate for Lacazette. All he has to do is just throw yourself at that.
Yeah,
and that's a goal. And I loved his understanding.
We're coming to Lacazette, by the way.
Come to Lacazette, yes. And I liked his understanding with Luis, who was finding him constantly, right? Where the criticism comes is like he needs to, take care of that final ball. And as that criticism is with all our players, it's not just him. Crossing needs to be, a shade better, please. But the one thing that stood out for me is towards second half he was blowing. He was really, because I think that may have played a factor in the actual goal where he was just knackered.
He was upset when he got taken off as well.
Yeah, because he was really tired. He was really tired. So I think I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7. I thought he had a good solid Tierney. Apart from that, the goal that we conceded, where I thought he could have done better.
Yeah.
But overall in the whole game, I think it was a good solid show from him. So I'll give him a 7.
Yeah.
I will give Kieran Tierney KT 6. I thought it wasn't one of his better games, but he didn't hide.
He never does.
He didn't hide. If this is one of his poorer games, he's still a lot better than Kolasinac at his better games.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
I think he's still plugged forward. A lot of players, when their confidence goes, you're having a bad game, the confidence goes, they start taking the easy route or doing things safe. I don't think he went for that. I think he just stuck to his game, whether it came off or not, which is a testament to his character.
Yeah.
So based on that, I thought, I'll give him a nice round 6.
Yeah. And we have to also point out that he's still getting used to this pace of the game. So he will improve. So So who's next?
Your main man, Granit Xhaka.
Granit Xhaka.
So Granit Xhaka gets a 3 from me. I just thought he was back to his best. I just thought that he was cumbersome. He was clumsy. He had no idea. I don't know what it was. It was like either he was left out in the cold on the left-hand side. If Gabe's is saying he would play at left back, he was just all over the shop.
Maybe we're so confused. Sorry to cut you there. Maybe we're so confused because he was all over the shop. Because I saw it one way, you saw it a completely different way. Maybe that's why we saw it in so many different ways, is because he wasn't doing anything.
He wasn't doing anything. He wasn't. He was guilty yesterday.
He was neither here nor there.
Yeah, he was guilty yesterday. And I just have to say that, this is the first bad performance in a long time. That, for me, personally, that I've seen from Granit Xhaka. So I'm going to give him a 3. Darth Maul, 3. And, he just didn't do anything for me.
Yeah. I agree with you. And what do you give him?
3.
3.
It's the magic number. Yes, it is.
Honestly,
magic about his performance.
Yeah. I'm thinking about that persona because the thing about Xhaka is he's the expert.
Shout out De La Soul.
He's the expert of looking like he's doing a lot while not doing anything.
Yeah.
So he's pointing to people. Yeah, you get there. Like he's pointing left, right, and center. Mate, just do your job. Yeah, just do your job. Just focus on that, right? He's like,
you sound like you would have put one on his. You want to nut him?
It's just, he's a hindrance. He's a block in that midfield, a slow one. Yeah.
My mouth is just open,
Yeah,
like a goldfish.
yeah. So
Hearing you saying these words
yeah,
against
About
your
Xhaka, your
about-
boy.
he's passing. Look,
your man.
First there was Eboué, now
Alright.
there's Xhaka. And,
Yeah, so-
and you're dogging him.
I'm
You
not
know
talking-
Eboué's your boy.
But the thing is what is he good at, right? Defensively,
He's got
No.
better, but we need better than Xhaka, but he'll do for now.
But where is this
he's
come
a
from,
trier.
Jamal? Where
he's
is
a
this?
trier because
Where is this change in
Yeah.
your opinion of him come
if you
from?
listen carefully to the show, I was getting frustrated with him, even week by week, and it's just
No, for
boiling
real,
up.
for real. I
It's
must
boiling
admit,
up. Yeah,
you did.
yeah, it's boiling.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
boiling up.
Jamal's going to lose his hair.
Yeah. So
I'm
he's
glad you've seen the
his
light.
passing is not progressive enough. Sideways.
You must have gone
merchant,
to Specsavers.
right? Yeah, I got new glasses here.
He just does it with the Lord Vader
That's
death
true.
grip.
And I got So it's passing is sideways or back, right? And his number one job when you play in that hole in between the center to the back two, and we got the ball and we attack. We are going forward with the game is stretched. You have to pay attention, Xhaka. You can't let that ball over the top. You can't let that happen. Honestly, I'll give him a 2.
Wow.
Right, because
The boys are back in town. The
he's
boys are
not-
back in town because I can't wait for
I
Lord
was-
Vader's one.
yeah, it's
That's 3-2.
he's just he gets caught out.
Revenge of the Sith. Lord Vader, over to you.
Right,
I am gonna give Xhaka a 2 as well.
very generous.
I thought yesterday was an example of, like you say, Xhaka just reverting to type. And the thing that annoys me the most about Xhaka is when he decides to start dribbling and is like,
Oh, he's a great dribbler.
you have no acceleration, Xhaka. Where are you? Where are you?
Where are you
Where are
going?
you going? Leicester players converged on him like a,
And he just thought,
And then he-
what?
I'm gonna fall over.
I'm going to fall over.
Honestly, we should stop signing players from Germany because
It's
our,
like, you
our
know what?
record from the Bundesliga is just horrific.
it's like you are gonna get caught out.
Yeah, because you could see them swarming.
They know, and teams are watching. If we can see it, teams who have people who watch these things are saying, you know what? If we isolate Xhaka, he's gonna try and at some point in the game he's gonna try a dribble, and that's your moment.
Yeah.
And the referee is just gonna wave play on, and Xhaka, you're gonna be sitting there looking up at the sky with your hands on your head.
Because you could see it. You could see him seeing the danger and thinking, U-boat, must dive.
You know what I could have had?
30-degree down bubble. All right, Captain.
That goal, right? I
Voyage
would've
to the
clapped
bottom
for
of
him.
the sea.
Yeah.
YouTube that.
Go on, Jamal.
Sorry, Jamal.
That goal, I'll put my hand up if he just bring him down. Just bring him down.
We don't have that cuteness in us.
He used to get red cards, right? Get a red card.
Yeah,
The team might actually improve.
He got red cards for stupidness.
Yeah.
not for cuteness.
He doesn't
Tackles
have to
high up the bloody...
Look what happened when look. For me, Xhaka gets a 2 for that one. He wasn't helped. He didn't get a 1 in this because he wasn't helped by where he was positioned. If he was playing in his normal position and he put that performance in, he'd have got a 1. But because he was out of position, I'm sparing him that that mark.
Yeah, he was doing a Mustafi.
Yeah, and I'm going to give him a 2 because he was diabolical. Yeah. Right, we move on to young man Bukayo Saka.
Not one of his better games, or one of his best games. He huffed, he puffed, but he just couldn't blow the Leicester house down. He tried, but no, just wasn't his game. He'd done a few good moves, twists and turns, but just wasn't his day. I'll always let him off because of how old he is and
Yeah.
the example at his age he sets to the senior players.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the only players that wants to give me the ball,
Give him the ball
turn,
to take on,
and run
dribble,
and dribble.
and
And try to do the right things like cross, get the ball in the box and shoot when he can. So, yes, Bukayo, I'll give him a 6. He tried, but the endeavour wasn't there for me.
yeah, I think I'll give him a 7 because I liked everything up to the final third where he didn't he wasn't decisive enough. The final end product wasn't there like he was doing. There was a great pass from Gabriel, right? Where I don't know how he controlled it because
This is a brilliant control.
Gabriel just fired at him. It wasn't like a crisp pass.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like a fast one, right? And he just brought it down like it was nothing.
Yeah.
And he beat the player. And then finally, where you were screaming out for a shot, he said, I'm going to pass it to Lacazette. I was like, no, don't pass it to him. But so that will come. But I think he's got everything else. His work rate is great.
Yeah.
His touch is good. And his dribbling is, you can't fault. So I'll give him a 7. I agree with you. Not his. I thought against Man City he was fantastic. I mean, a hard game, but he's been consistent. Right?
Okay.
He's been consistent. So
Yeah, well,
7 out of 10.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with you there, Jamal. I'm going to give Bukayo a 7. Probably amongst the second tier of performers in the game.
Yeah.
He had a good little ding dong with, was it Tielemans?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great battle.
There's a nice little battle there.
And that
Fofana.
Yeah, Fofana.
Yeah,
It was falling over a bit too easy yesterday.
Yeah, he was.
Give Saka
And he gave Saka a couple of clumps,
Yeah,
which Saka
he's 19.
took the kicks
Fofana.
and got up and carried on. So
and gave him
yeah,
bit back as well.
Yeah. So it was an interesting battle to see that Bukayo's not some young kid anymore. He's learning.
Yeah.
He's learning the Dennis Bergkamp side. I can do the skills, but I can also put my foot in as well when necessary.
Give him the elbow.
And the interesting thing as well, teams are scared of him because there was a moment in the first half where we were on the break. The ball came to him, right, and he was on a break. And as soon as he got the ball, it was like Tielemans was like, chop him down. You can't let this guy run.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right. So very, very impressed.
Okay, let's move on to the man of the moment, Mr. Thomas Partey.
We're gonna party hard.
The man who got his own intro music.
Dum 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 dum.
It's never been done before.
Yeah. So, Partey. At the beginning of the show, I said there was 2 players that showed levels.
Yeah.
One was Gabriel, and this man, Partey.
Yeah.
He was neat and tidy.
Yeah.
I think he was just carrying out Arteta's instructions, and he done it to a T. I thought he was neat, tidy. He's a powerful so-and-so, man. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
And just done things, kept it ticking. So I'm going to give him a 7.5. I'm impressed with what I'm seeing so far from Partey.
I'm going to give Thomas Partey an 8. I thought Arsenal didn't help him yesterday. They seemed to bypass him for some reason. They didn't utilise him as much as I thought they would. But I think that's probably just down to lack of game time and playing time. But it would have been nice to see him utilised more than he was. When he was used, when he did get the ball, he used it well. It caused them some problems. Had a bit of a dodgy touch at one point, I think, towards the end of the game where he was the last player, but that just broke his way. He got a bit fortunate. But other than that, I think for a second game, I thought he done very well in what was a difficult game.
Yeah.
It was basically welcome to the Premiership. He had done to him what he's been doing to teams for years with Simeone, being difficult to break down and catching teams on the break. He's now on the other side of it where you're now at Arsenal, you're on the front foot.
Yeah.
Leicester came, did a Sevilla,
Yeah.
made themselves difficult to break down, and welcome to the Prem, son.
Yeah, it was a hard game for him.
Yeah.
I thought I agree with you. I also give him an 8. I thought he was the one midfielder who wasn't giving the ball away cheaply.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what we've been asking for years.
Yeah. I think he had 93% possession of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
93%
passing. Accuracy. Yeah, it's 93.
That's high.
That's high for a game that frantic.
That frantic and that condensed, where Leicester are looking to block,
where your midfield partners are not at the top of their game.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I
I
would have liked it. He would have been perfect for that Luis role, just moving back and just controlling the game from there, because his long passing is actually very good.
Yeah, it is
very crisp. So, I'm happy with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's 2 solid games where he showed that he's not just Mr. Break it up. He can play.
I do want to see him
8.
next week, Old Trafford,
Yeah.
up against Pogba.
That is if Pogba plays, because he's not.
He's not been playing.
He's not been starting. No?
Okay.
So,
But I do want to see him.
You'll start next week. Don't worry about that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I hope so, because he's not at it.
Yeah. Okay. So yes. Who's next?
Yeah.
Danny Ceballos.
Yeah.
Come on. Who's next? Go on, Jamal.
Shall I go? I thought Danny Ceballos, not his best game, but what I liked about him is, he creating the most of our chances. Right, he was creating. I know you're not impressed, Lee, with Ceballos, but he created. But he wasn't taking care of the ball when he had it. His passing was a little bit, not the level that it should be. His tackling was good, and there was that lovely cross that he made to Saka that should have been back of the net. So it was an average game from him, but I think he's another player that would benefit from moving Xhaka out of the way, so he can dictate from that from a deep line role.
Yeah.
Because he's got the actual skills for that. So yeah, I would give him. I think it was a 6 out of 10 game for him. But I'm a big fan of this player.
I'm giving Ceballos 3.
Yeah.
I thought he just, like I said, he lacked drive, ambition. He just wasn't at the races yesterday. I'm giving him 3 because he was one who I was looking for. He was the one who I was looking for to really...
the interesting thing, he was the only player who was actually crossing the ball.
Was he?
Yeah. So 5 crosses, 3 accurate. 4 long balls, 3 accurate. So his distribution was very good.
Yeah, for me...
But what let him down was his short, into the short passing.
Yeah, it was just, For me, I like Ceballos, as you know.
Yeah. Not his better game.
Yeah.
Gab?
I'm going to give Ceballos a 5. I thought pretty average.
Yeah.
Not one of his better games. Not a poor game, much like Bellerin. Not rubbish, not great, just down the middle for me. So I'm just going to give him a 5. Let's go to Aubameyang.
Once again, he's getting a 4. I like my captain. He always shows industry and all that. Yeah. But I'm going on your all-round gameplay, and he's got the touch of a trampoline. I fear when Aubameyang is, when we have the advantage, so we're on the attack. Yeah. And I fear because Aubameyang, he's going to make a hash brown of a breakaway.
Can I interject?
Yeah, you can do.
90% pass accuracy
To who though? Who was he passing it to?
from him, but his passing is good. But his passing,
Yeah, but this is what I say about the stats. His
I
any
think-
meaningful ball.
Okay,
Any
first-
hold on. Any meaningful ball from from Aubameyang.
Yeah.
He did one good cross where Bellerin had that volley.
Really should
But-
have scored. Yeah,
He's not a striker. I thought he did well for a defender.
Yeah, he struck that well.
But any short passing, like Aubameyang's good at these little short passes.
Yeah.
But any passes where he has to put somebody through or a 1-2, it
Oh,
always breaks
God,
down.
It always breaks down.
So this is what I say about these stats. You keep bringing up these stats, but these
Yeah.
stats are not
No,
in
his
depth.
pass-
They're just talking about. They don't tell you what type of passes
Yeah.
they are.
No, to be fair, for a striker, 90% is really good.
Yeah, but you keep saying that. But who's he passing it? How fast he passing
How
it?
fast is he
what-
passing
No,
it?
but he wasn't giving the ball away. I think.
Well, you can't give the ball away
So
if you're
he-
passing the ball 2
So
feet.
he lost possession 5 times. Okay.
That still
What's your?
that still doesn't tell the
what's your
story.
score?
For me, I'm going to give Aubameyang 4.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 5. I think he wasn't helped. I don't think he was 100% from the medication that he was taking from his club doctor.
But he has these games in him where he just goes missing.
Yeah.
So
And plus,
we know this.
plus please, I don't want to see him on the right again.
Yeah, he has to play down the middle.
I don't
Yeah.
see him on the right again. You know,
Lacazette
because
it just
because-
doesn't do anything.
even if he's not passing well, even if he's that chance, the one man that you want chance is falling to.
I don't think Lacazette would have played had Willian been.
You
fit.
think so?
I don't think he would have played. I think Aubameyang would have played down the middle.
Yeah.
He seems to like Lacazette.
But he
Yeah,
hasn't
he
really been
likes-
playing him too tough, you know.
No, he doesn't play him away from home.
Oh my God!
Um,
Can't he fly,
But
Mr. T?
Yeah. So
He ain't
yeah.
getting on a plane.
Okay. So
Right, let's come to
Yeah.
Mr. The man we're very speaking about, Mr. Lacazette.
it's gonna be.
Oh my God! Who has to go first? Me.
Do you want me to go first?
Lacazette gets 0. He gets a 0.
Okay.
Lacazette was poor, awful, terrible, woeful, all the fulls and ulls you could think of.
Yeah.
No. He was poor. He was poor. And for you not to get a 1 mark, you played awful.
Give him a 1 for actually scoring.
Scoring what?
The VAR goal.
The VAR goal.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. None. Moving on.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. I would give him.
A 7.
No, I'm not gonna.
For
give
scoring
him
the
a
VAR goal.
No, there's nothing. It's poor. You know, there was nothing positive from his game. Passing. You know, actually,
There we
Stats
go.
coming in.
Stats,
Here we
right?
go.
Stats coming in.
Stats coming in.
What was his heat map
which
saying?
is not his heat map was
His heat map was brown, not red. That's what his heat map is saying.
so Alexander Lacazette had the least touches of the ball.
Because he was shit hot.
Right?
Hot shit.
Right? He had the least in a game where we had full control, right? He had the least touches of the ball. He's lost the most duels, which is 12 in a match.
Shock, horror, surprise.
Right. So,
Skid mark.
So, you know, it's but what did you guys make of that VAR goal?
Should have stood. Should
I
have stood
think he
for
should
me.
have stood.
But
Hey ho,
But you,
as Mikel Arteta
but
says.
you're glad that wasn't given so that you dig into
No,
I
man.
don't need things like that to dig out Lacazette.
yeah. So anyway, yeah, I would give him a 1 for showing up. That's it.
Okay, that's good. That's
know?
good.
What's
Lord
that like?
Vader.
Is that like an exam where you get 1 for knowing your own name?
No, I'm giving him 1 for actually, you know, leaping like a salmon and actually heading it and actually scoring somehow.
Lord Vader.
I have to
Yeah.
agree with you, Lee. I'm going to give him a 0. I would give him a minus, but that would just be, that would just be
Yeah,
petty and
I'll just give him
pedantic. So I'm just going to give him a big fat 0. He's another one who's joining the. I can't wait for him to leave the club.
We pop champagne.
Yeah, with champagne and wine, and I'm going to get well pissed when him and Ozil leave. And I hope they leave in the same vehicle.
Yeah. Drink and be
Lacazette.
merry.
Lacazette. My gosh. What a waste of money.
Lacazette.
This guy can't even get over 15 goals. What did we say his highest was? 15? 12?
I think 16 as well.
All right, this man can't even get to 20.
Yeah.
And playing as a central striker.
In all competitions we're talking about as well.
He's poor.
He's still our top scorer.
Is he?
3 goals.
Well, that's saying everything about him.
Yeah.
He had that hot streak. 3.
3, yeah.
It's over. The hot streak is over.
3 and 3.
Yeah, you could get 0.
Oh my goodness gracious me, man.
So
Right.
goes? So play for the badge, yeah?
Now we've got Pepe.
Oh, it's Pepe. Yeah.
Pepe wasn't on long enough, but even if he was on long enough,
25 minutes.
25 minutes, even if he was on long enough, Pepe gets a 2 from me because he did nothing. He did nothing.
Jamal.
Yeah.
Jamal, let's go to him quickly because
Stop
we need to go on to play for the badge.
Yeah, 3.
Badge.
He was on for 25 minutes. Managed to give the ball away 7 times. Passing is not great. He hasn't. He does that thing where he tries to take on players when he doesn't need to, and lose the actual ball. Running into players. I don't think he had a shot on goal, did he? No. Dribble attempt 1, Ansek denied.
Yeah, he gets a 0 from
I
me
don't
as
even
well.
know why
Yeah.
the facts,
Yeah.
stats, and statistics were read out for
3.
Pepe.
3.
Move on.
No, but
I'm giving him a 0.
He's getting a big fat 0.
Right, let's go on to Arteta.
This is a tough one because it's not his fault that he's got a shocking.
Shall we include Mustafi in this?
We have to.
oh yeah, we forgot Mustafi. Oh my God, how could we? The main man, Sideshow.
Sideshow nod, Bob.
Yeah.
let's do Mustafi.
All right. So Mustafi,
I think it's crossing.
I'm giving him a 2.
You gave Mustafi a 2.
I'll give Mustafi a 2.
Wow, you're generous.
I'll give him a 2.
What are you giving him then?
0. The hell? It cost us the game, Lee.
Yeah.
No. I know what you mean, but no.
Okay. So he didn't do anything. He came on.
Stop wasting airtime on Mustafi.
Fair enough.
Because Mustafi is going to be introduced later on in the show, so we can.
Yeah, Mustafi gets a 0.
He's a liability. Police Arteta, don't bring him on under
Okay.
any circumstances.
So Eddie, we can't really comment on him because he was only on for 9 minutes.
It's not applicable.
Arteta. What are we saying?
I'll give him a 5
I'll give
for
him,
bringing on Mustafi
That's harsh.
and playing Xhaka.
That's harsh. I'll give Arteta.
I'm playing our main striker right wing.
I'll give Arteta a 6.
Okay.
I'm going to give Arteta a 4. I thought he made a crucial error playing Xhaka at left back or in that left position. Should have maybe played, if he wanted stability and solidity in that position, should have just played Maitland-Niles.
Yeah.
He's our main old school type of, what did they used to call them in the old days where they used to shadow players and man marker. He was an old man marker.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was a mistake.
He's doing Serie A,
Yeah, I thought that was a mistake. Aubameyang again, another mistake. Mustafi was a clanger.
Lacazette.
So yeah, Lacazette. So I think he got it wrong in this game.
He loves Lacazette.
So yeah, he's going to get.
But he had no choice. Well,
he could have. He had a choice. He could have played Aubameyang down the middle, Saka alongside him, Tierney there, and then Ainsley Maitland-Niles.
Where's Nelson?
not good enough to feature.
All right, let's move on to
Who played for the badge?
Who played for the badge?
Okay, so I'll go for this one. So who played for the badge was Louise before he got injured, Gabriel most definitely, and Thomas Partey for me.
I agree with you 110%.
The same for you, Jamal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Who would I say? Yeah, the same three. They were the standout performers for me as well.
Yeah.
Which leaves
who goes in the bin.
We're gonna need quite a big bin today.
Yeah.
Who's going in the dust cart?
A dump truck.
Well, who's going in the dust cart for me? Who goes in the dust cart for me is Granit Xhaka, Denis Ceballos, Lacazette, without a shadow of a doubt, Aubameyang, without a shadow of a doubt. Who else? Am I missing anyone else?
Pepe, Mustafi.
Yeah, Pepe and Mustafi.
Mustafi, come on. How could you forget Mustafi?
All right, everyone bar the ones who play for the badge. You can all get in the bloody bin. Saka. No.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are the ones that get in the bin for me. Who's your
bin
dustbin cart?
For this game and forever, Mustafi. Please don't bring him on. Please.
Go on.
Bring on the dinner ladies. I don't know. Bring on Ganosaurus. Dress him up. I don't know. Bring on Freddy. So I would go Mustafi, bin Xhaka, bin useless. Who else? And Lacazette. Right? I'm not going to include Uber because I don't think he was fit.
No Pepe?
Yeah, include Pepe as well. For the 25 minutes, he really stunk the place out.
Lord Vader.
Yeah, I'm going to include Mustafi, Pepe, Lacazette.
How can you forget Lacazette?
Yeah, Lacazette. I'm not going to put Xhaka. Xhaka earns a reprieve. But those three annoyed the hell out of me.
He was trying, yeah. He's a trier.
It wasn't a trier. He's should I put Lacazette as Xhaka in the bin? You know what? I'm gonna put him in the bin.
Dash him in the bin, man.
Yeah, he's going in the dusty bin.
Do it. Use Xhaka to put all those players in the bin.
Yeah, he's going in the dusty bin.
Throw him in the bin, man.
Hey, you need someone to actually.
Right. So we know who's played for the badge and who's gone in the bin. Now, second segment. Now, it's recently come out. Well, it came out last week that Mesut Ozil has been omitted from the squad, the league squad. What do we all make of that?
Hoorah!
I think I was actually surprised that he's actually omitted from the whole squad because I thought he would be in it somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this is the end of Ozil.
It is the end,
I don't
friend.
think he's still. I was watching clips this morning, which I find it weird actually because he's actually still training with the squad.
What else is he going to do?
It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs.
Sad because
he's created a rod for his own back.
It's very sad because
he's refusing to go. But then again, if you're an employee of a company and you can see what the company's trying to do to you, you're going to dig your heels in it. And and if you're getting a wage that is not your fault because they've given it to you and all you've just done is signed.
It's an absolute mess.
It's a mess.
Right, it's an absolute mess. The club has to take responsibility. The player has to take responsibility. Mm-hmm. Now we just need to
They need to part ways.
Ride out the season.
Yeah, but now we just need a conclusion where we just ends.
You know what?
Conclude this soap opera.
So I'm actually bored of his topic.
They've only got a few months left anyway.
Yeah. So he's gone in China.
And he's gone.
And he's playing, to be fair, he's playing a smart game. He's trying to get the fans on side. Yeah. So all he's doing is he's stoking up his fanboys. They're saying, they've got their placards out, Ozil in. And on the other side, there's the rest of us who are saying, fuck off, Ozil, get out of our club. Yeah. You paying for Gunnosaurus's wages doesn't change our opinion of you.
Doesn't fool us.
So... it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
So it's the end of him. That's it.
he should, if he had any self-respect, he would just say, you know what, just pay me up
What you owe me.
80%, 90% of my contract.
Mhm.
I'll go to America and play football in America or Shanghai or wherever, and I'll earn double that anyway. Thank you very much. So
Yeah.
I don't see what point he's proving.
Yeah, he's just digging his heels in. He's been advised. He's been poorly advised.
Yeah.
And like I said, he's just digging his heels in, and he's just him and the club.
Or maybe he's too afraid to leave, because if he leaves, his bodyguard doesn't go with him.
Well, he could pay for him, can't he?
So
He could pay for
now
him.
it just highlights that we got a bunch of players that all need to go. Kolasinac, Socrates, Ozil.
Well, this is what happens when you play players
Lacazette.
who know what they're
you know.
worth. So when you give them more money than they're worth,
Yeah.
they're not gonna move,
No,
because
they're
they're not gonna get it somewhere else.
If we were all in Ozil's shoes, we wouldn't move.
No, then why would he move?
We wouldn't move because the money that you're getting. Come on.
Yeah.
So we're moving on to pay-per-view for fans. 15 quid per
Arsenal
game.
game,
What are we
15
making of
quid.
that?
It's a rip off.
I think it's a bloody con.
Americans ruining football.
I think it's a bloody con,
Yeah, it is.
to be quite honest.
It is 15.
You know, Americans see everything through.
Rose tints?
Oh, they see everything through how much money can I extract from the fans. You know, yeah, they do it in Europe, but not to the extent that the Americans seem to do it. They've got a foothold in the biggest clubs in England, and they've sat back for a while and they've observed that, you know, English football generates more money than, or not English football. Well, yeah, the Premiership generates more money than the NFL ever will.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can somehow
Trying to
maximize it and get Europe involved and the Champions League and consolidate it into one big thing, we can make even more money than we get already.
Yeah.
But woe betide them if they ever get that off the ground, because they will soon see fan power. You know, fans are already starting to go for streams, illegal streams, and if this ever comes off, the money will just be going to IPTV like nobody's business.
Yeah.
I would like to know actually what percentage of actual fans paid that £15, because I don't think it'll be high at all. Because
I think you may be surprised, actually.
yeah, because if you look at it, this will actually hurt the smaller clubs, because like someone like Fulham would have to pay £15 in October. That's on top of your Sky subscription, BT subscription, all that you have to pay on. How are they going to pay?
It's crazy.
Right? How are they going to pay? It's just
So,
pure
it's
greed.
mad.
Who pays for that anyway? What sucker pays for all that stuff anyway?
Yeah, that's just crazy, man.
It's in a pandemic, people losing jobs. It's heartless.
Is they're just tone deaf to the situation that people are in? But, you know, as this pandemic has shown, where, like I've said for years and years, the pandemic has shown where the real power lies. The real power lies with the fans. With no fans, there is no football.
Yeah.
And the sooner fans realise this, especially in England, where, you know, fans in England just accept what they're given. You're given little scraps and we just accept it. Realise the power is with us.
Yeah.
If we were to say, you know what, we're going to all get together and for one weekend, there's going to be no more fans. You know, when fans come back, one weekend, all the grounds are going to be empty. Watch how quick the hierarchy and the powers that be will soon change their tune.
Yeah, they would.
But they know that fans will be, I must support my team at all costs.
Yeah.
Regardless of how painful it is.
So true.
Yeah.
So true, man. So true. I agree with that.
Look how they treat fans, you know. FA Cup match, you have to travel from bloody Newcastle to London and your kickoff is at 8 o'clock. How are you getting home to Newcastle when the game is over?
Yeah, it's true.
But they know Newcastle fans are going to make that journey.
Yeah. So true, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see, you know, what happens in the future and see if it's a success for them, charging all this money.
I think they're aiming it at fans abroad. They're aiming that Euro League at the PPV fans abroad.
PPV, pay-per-view.
So it brings us on to our next topic, which is the Euro League proposition from Liverpool and Manchester United. What are we saying about that?
Well, again, another tone deaf goes in line with this PPP thing. This current time with EFL struggling, with small clubs struggling, with Premier League clubs struggling.
Yeah.
You're talking about expanding the football season to include other European clubs.
I just don't see how it's going to work personally.
Yeah, it's crazy. So they're talking about a team league in middle of it will be played. It will replace the Champions League. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen to that. UEFA are not behind this. FIFA's behind this. JB Morgan is behind this. American money, right?
FIFA.
JB Morgan offering $6 billion. Is it $6 billion or something like that? £5 billion
to create this.
To
this
create
league.
this, yeah. So from that, they're going to have 18 teams, where the founding members of the actual league are exempt from, will never get relegated. So the leaders are Manchester United, Liverpool are the ringleaders that wants to create this.
You're hearing this, Marvin?
Yeah.
You troublemakers, ringleaders.
They want to include
the Black Colossus. We talk to you.
Yeah, so they want to include Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, maybe.
Tottenham, maybe.
Yeah. To take that cartel to play European giants like Barcelona, Bayern, Real Madrid, right? So it will just
it's like that Super League.
Yeah, it's like a round robin sort of league where you go home. It's like how it is in the NFL, where you have like a Western Conference. Everybody plays everyone.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So you go from New York and you fly to LA and play them, and then which is ridiculous, right?
Yeah, like the NBA. And all
Americans
that,
have got no concept of football.
So
in
they want to
Europe.
scrap the Champions League, which UEFA is not happy with, because they are saying now that we've got a contract with all the top teams till 2024, right?
And they want to scrap.
They want to scrap the Champions League.
That league will probably last for about 2 or 3 seasons. Everybody will be interested in it. People will be like, you know what?
So
this is just boring.
Yeah.
What I don't understand is in what world they're going to play. So it's 18 teams home and away, right? Which will be played midweek. So the league season will be on.
Yeah.
And then you play midweek. You have to fit 34 matches. It's crazy.
Yeah. I can't see it working.
It's just a money thing. These Americans, again, just thinking, yeah, we can get more money. Look how much money they're making in the Champions League. Look how much money they're making in the Premiership. We can get a bit of this. And here we come with some American financier who's thinking, he's just rubbing his hands together and just saying, yeah, money.
JB Morgan. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
That
idea
is going to go down like a lead balloon.
Yeah.
In Europe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Set up your own league in America.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Set up your own league in America with the New York Dynamos or whoever they are, the Red Bull Dynamos.
Yeah.
With the Mexican, I don't know, Guadalajara United.
Yeah.
Set up your own leagues over there.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, I just can't see it taking off. Yeah, it would be boring for me. Like you said, it lasts about 3 seasons, but then the novelty will wear off. Yeah. Nah. For me, no. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the world listening, morning, noon, night, it is time for us to go back down memory lane to the best and worst defenders. Right, so I'm going to throw a name up and it's going to land on, don't laugh, do not laugh, Igor Stefanovs.
Oh my God, what a start.
A Latvian defender, 17 appearances for the club, signed 2000 and left 2004. Surprisingly, had 3 full seasons with us. The memorable game was the Old Trafford game. Who remembers that? The 6-1. And Dwight York had a field day that day. So, can we all remember Igor Stefanovs?
How can we forget him? Burned into our minds. But I will have a question. Igor Stepanovs or Mustafi?
Mustafi all day long.
Mustafi,
Really?
on, man.
Mustafi all day long, man.
Really?
At least
Mustafi all day long.
He's got
Really?
some ability.
Mustafi all day long.
Wow.
All day long. Stefanovs. Are you kidding me? No, I'm sorry.
You hear that? You hear that, Igor? You hear how these gooners are treating you?
He's a manager now. He's a manager now.
You hear how these gooners are treating you?
Sorry, Igor, but I'm sorry.
After your long and loyal service to this club.
Long service. He had 17 appearances, and that's still too much. I'm sorry, Igor, but no, you've got to go. So now I'm throwing this second name up in the air and landing on Filip Senderos. 116 appearances.
Yep.
1 honour, which was the FA Cup, believe it or not.
Yep.
Young Swiss international. Came with a lot of promise.
He was okay when he came.
His emergence was fantastic.
He was just unfortunate to run into that Colossus.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming on to him. Wait. We're just coming on to it. We're just, coming on to him in a minute. So, with Philip, he came in 2003. Left in 06 season. Remember that season where we played really well, Real Madrid, the Champions League run.
Yeah.
He featured there and he played really well. But then it all came to an end.
Yeah.
And who was the cause? Which individual caused Philip to have nightmares and his performances to drop?
Didier Drogba.
Oh my days.
And Wenger for just not realising what was going on and just keeping on playing him.
Drogba. Didier Drogba. The beast Drogba. The nightmare.
Yeah.
In Arsenal's side. And what was the story? A reporter was interviewing Senderos. And then he brought up Drogba's name. And what did Senderos do? He left.
Yeah.
He departed the interview. He said he didn't even say anything. Drogba's name got mentioned and he upped and left.
Drogba had that effect.
Yeah, so he ruined his career. He just couldn't handle the pressure on big occasions as well. He was a bit calamitous, Senderos.
Yeah, he became calamitous. He lost his confidence. But I think it's the talk got to him. All the media, all what the fans were saying, because I actually thought that goal. Remember that first one that he scored against Centros at Stamford Bridge, where her ball just came and he just hit his shin and went in.
Who, Drogba?
Yeah,
well, that's Drogba for you, isn't it?
That's Drogba. He knew nothing about.
When we lost 1-0.
It's 1-0. Yeah, where the keeper's out of position. Yeah, I think he wasn't mentally strong enough. I think when he came on that, I think it was the season that he came through, that season that we went to the final, right?
Yeah.
Of the Champions League. He was outstanding,
Yeah.
It wasn't that he was strong. It wasn't that he wasn't strong enough. It was the manager didn't see what was going on. Ferguson would have taken him out.
Yeah.
Wenger just kept, you're playing Chelsea. Play him again. Rather than say, you know what? Drogba's giving you a tough time. Build your confidence up against somebody else. And we're going to build it up for you, rather than every time we play Chelsea, you're going to get your pants pulled down and Drogba's going to abuse you in front of everybody.
During that Project Youth era, where he sold all his senior players, all his key players, and he was replacing them with people like Hawk Kalan and
Yeah, to get abused.
draws, right? To get.
But this is the thing. These,
Right.
sorry to cut you. These youngsters did have promise,
A lot
but
of
they
promise,
didn't
yeah.
have the experience
That
around
final-
them
that
because
final, I
Fergie,
think. Yeah.
Fergie was keeping Giggs, Scholes, Nicky Butt. He kept
Absolutely.
the older heads to give your Rooneys, your Ronaldos, your Nannies, your Andersons the experience.
And if you
for
remember,
them.
that final in 2007 against Chelsea, after that game, most Arsenal fans were full of pride, because these young players outplaying
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah, but
Who were very good,
Wenger's downfall was that he didn't have any experience. He didn't have the elder heads.
Yeah, he was seeing that competition as like an experiment to just play his youth team, and he believed, and they outplayed Chelsea in that game, but the experience.
But what happened though?
Yeah, and it was. I actually saw that game quite recently, and
Chelsea played a full strength side.
It was a bit like yesterday where we created a lot of chances, right? Scored an early goal, Walcott.
Yeah, I remember it. I remember that game.
Crisp, the creativity was there. Everything was there, but it's just that championship time, right? They brought on Drogba, bam, game one. So he's not an Igor Stepanovs, right? He's not a Scalacci. I think he's better than that. He's got ability, but mentally, I think him mentally was not.
Because Drogba.
He wasn't shot. No, but it wasn't actually the Drogba. It was the pressure around that. All the taunting, all the journalists, like that incident that you just said, where the journalist asking about Drogba, all that got to him, man. Why are you walking away? That's just weak, mentally weak.
Well, what can we say, eh? He went to AC Milan on loan in 2010.
Yeah. How did he do that?
He had spells, didn't really do too well. He had spells at Fulham, if anyone can remember him there.
I don't remember.
Aston Villa. Yeah, I remember him at Fulham.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I can't.
His career just took a nosedive after, having a good run, good stint.
Good start, yeah.
At Arsenal. So I thought he was going to be the answer. I thought he's got the making. He was big. He was strong. Yeah. It wasn't slow. He had all the attributes, but it just didn't happen for him.
Yeah.
So Philippe, sorry, but you just didn't cut the mustard.
Yeah.
All right, so throwing the name up in the air, and it lands on Pascal Sigan.
Zinedine Sigan, as they used to call him.
So Sigan, you wouldn't want to meet Sigan in a dark alley. This guy,
it's gonna freak you out.
He's just got the look of a psychopath.
You're gonna run the other way, aren't you?
My goodness. Well, so Sigan, 63 appearances, and he's won a Premier League and 2 Community Shields. So that's not too bad. Not too bad. Made his appearance. He came in 2002. So, he came just in the nick of time, in good time, to win a Premier League.
Yeah.
He was skillful.
Yeah.
But he wasn't
too slow.
Equipped for the Premier League, the pace of the Premier League. Pace merchants like Michael Owen.
Yeah.
See you later. Darius Vassell. See you later. Any pace merchant he came up against was like, I'll see you later, Pascal. Nice knowing you, yeah? I'll see you later. So, what do we remember of Pascal Sigan?
Pascal Sigan or Mustafi?
Pascal Sigan. Because really? Sigan had it. He had all the other dexterities, but he just didn't have the pace.
I watched Sigan. I remember
he was skillful at the back.
There was a game at Highbury against Manchester United. I don't know if you guys remember. We had a lot of injuries, and for some reason, Wenger said, I got a great idea. I'm going to play Sigan at left back.
Yeah. Oh, for crying out loud. I used to hate when Wenger used to do that.
He played quite well.
He played very well. Clean sheet. Cristiano didn't get a kick. So I think Pascal Sigan, Sigan,
Freudian slip
Zidane.
there.
We used to
Zidane.
call him Zinedine Zidane, but
Intelligent, but pace
he's
was
intelligent.
down.
See,
downfall.
the thing is he's from that era where he was unlucky in that during that time our organization at the back wasn't great, and he used to get exposed. For someone who's we started playing that high line, right? And Wenger, he was pretending that he still has Torre and Campbell there. He can't play that game. He's a bit. You can compare him with Per Mertesacker. Per Mertesacker would have struggled then.
Boy, that's a
Right.
tough one.
Right? He would have struggled badly because when you don't have the speed, you can't play a high line. You can't. So he's not, because he looks funny, and he'll freak you out, man. If you just dark alleyway, he would run the other way.
Yeah, well, I've said that.
Yeah, so he's one of those players. He's not as bad as people think, but he came with the reputation in France as a top defender, and people were expecting a lot. And he doesn't look great, so they this gonna hate.
But
hate
he
him
didn't
more.
do too bad at
He
Villarreal.
didn't. No,
When he went
no,
to
he wasn't.
Villarreal,
They loved him over there.
Yeah, when he had 98 appearances.
Yeah.
And when he went to Villarreal, it wasn't too bad. What he done over there. It's just the pace of the Premiership.
Yeah.
It's a beast.
Yeah,
The Premiership is a beast.
And if you remember, if Pascal Zidane was playing today in a possession,
Zidane, God.
yeah, if he was playing today, he would be at home where teams are passing. Back then, it was just frantic. It was like we're hitting long balls. It was too frantic. It was like speed. There's Cristiano one side, Rooney the other side. Ryan Giggs, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's true.
So I think I'll stick up for Zidane, man. He wasn't at all. He's not an ego, and he's not a Mustafi.
Right. So, from Pascal Sagan, right. So it's landing on
Kalachi.
Sebastian Scalacci.
I knew it. I didn't even look.
23 appearances, arrived in 2010
Your favorite
and
player?
lasted surprisingly until 2013.
Oh my goodness.
Possibly the worst defensive signing we have ever, because listen, we've signed some duds, but Scalacci, well, he came with all the superlatives because he came from two teams and he was a serial trophy winner at both these teams.
And a French international.
And a French international, correct, Jamal? Yeah. So we think we're getting the real deal. Come on. All three of us here thought, you know what? We're getting a real deal here.
Yeah.
Scalacci, French international, come from Lyon and Seville, and he's won how many trophies? Countless trophies? Done. We're sold. But then
reality bites.
The reality bites. One incident, the ball got kicked up in the air. Fulham were at the Emirates.
Yeah.
The ball gets kicked up in the air. Koscielny got his eye on the ball, ready to
head it out.
Yep. Who comes in and gives a nuts Koscielny? Bang! And takes Koscielny out.
Yeah.
Takes him out, and then Clint Dempsey goes on to score.
Okay, then I'm going to ask the question.
Yeah.
Scalacci or Stepanovs?
You know what? I might go with Igor here.
I'm going with Igor.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm going with Igor. I'm sorry.
Listen, the game that almost finished me off as an Arsenal fan was away to Blackburn. We played Mertesacker and Scalacci, Almunia behind them. I think we got smashed 4-2, and it was just the most.
You
comical.
think, or you know, we got smashed 4-2.
We got smashed 4-2, and it was the most comical defending you will ever see. It was like Laurel Hardy, all your favorite comics, all making their debut at the same time. You know, it was, and Scalacci there was nothing he could do right. He couldn't pass, he couldn't run, he couldn't head a ball.
He was terrible.
You know, you remember him at Stoke? Oh my
Yeah, I remember.
Remember at Stoke? Oh, gee, my God. What do you
Yeah.
think, Gabs? What do you think, Gabs?
I think he was an awful signing.
My God. Where did he end up after that?
Where did he end up? Oh, well, I think he went back to France.
Is it back to France, back to Auxerre, is it?
No, I don't think it was all there. But I remember, I think he went on to two other clubs. But yeah, that was Scalacci. So
Yeah.
we've only got time for one more. So this is part one of the best and worst defenders. So next week we shall come back with part two.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to throw the name up in the air.
Yeah.
And it lands on Squadron Mustafi.
Yeah.
Mustafi, he made his 100th appearance yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Cost 35 million. Remember that summer when it was a long awaited, where's Mustafi? Where's Mustafi, man? Wenger, I think we got beaten by Liverpool. About 4-3 or something like that. Where's Mustafi, man? Where is he? We were so anxious and couldn't wait to get him. World Cup winner from Valencia. He had a stint at Everton as well.
Yeah.
Oh, where is he? Where is he? Where is he?
I forgot about that.
With Mustafi, he didn't have a bad start to his Arsenal career, because he surpassed someone's record for 17 wins on the bounce.
Yeah.
He was in the team that had 17 wins on the bounce.
That was during when he won the World Cup, right?
When he first came.
Yeah.
So he had the most impressive start.
Did he win the World Cup while he was at Arsenal, or was he
Before
Before.
he come to us.
Yeah.
And Mustafi,
Yeah.
from then,
Honestly, it's a sad. When we signed him, I thought we signed
some
him.
others do have him. Michael Crawford.
Yeah. I thought when we signed him that we signed him for the next 10 years, like a top quality.
So
he
he
ticked all the boxes. We didn't realize that we were signing someone in between Scalacci and Igor Stepanovs.
Well, we weren't to know, were we? We were getting the real deal. A
The
World
thing
Cup
about him,
winner.
okay, because yesterday I think we might be a little bit harsh on him. Yesterday, that was his first game, right?
Yeah.
That was his first game. He wasn't ready. He wasn't meant to. I don't think Arteta had even thought about bringing him on, right? Because he thought Luis going to stay fit.
Of course, and you stay on the bench,
Yeah,
Squadron.
I'm just warm that bench, He does have a knack of stringing performances together where you think, you know what, he's staying in the corner. There's a good player there. His passing is good. His heading is good.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got that brain freeze Brian was talking about.
Brain freeze, Bri.
Right?
Brain freeze.
Where he's just look at him and said, this is not question of ability. This is question of IQ.
Yeah.
Like he's just not there mentally, right? Where he switches off like he's like a goldfish player. He just switches off.
Right.
Right.
So, Gabes, have you anything to add on Squadron Mustafi, or do we leave it till next week?
How bad is
Leave it till next week.
So,
We're running out of time.
We're running out of time now. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to have a quick prediction of Man United game. Quick. Let's go. I'm going to say we will lose 2-1. Go on.
We're going to win 3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal. Gabes?
I think we'll get a draw up there. 2-2.
So that means,
Okay,
means
so
it's going to be a boring 0-0, yeah?
Listen, I'll take a 0-0, and that sounds wrong, but
Yeah.
I'll take a 0-0.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you've been listening to the Magic Hat Show. Could you give them your handle, please?
Magic Hat Jam.
Lovely. And you can catch us on Instagram and Twitter at the Magic Hat Show.
Yep.
Thank you for listening, boys and girls around the world. Bri, come and join us soon. Okay, music, take us out, please.